And caught me in the middle of a swig. Mm. Do people even still use the word swig anymore, man? I don't even know. Cause swig, for anybody who may watch this, swig, that's what people used to say. That's what old people used to say. Yo, I just started playing this game. Oh, Spider-Man's coming to Marvel's Avengers. I just started playing it. Okay, I just started playing that. Um, but yeah, a swig. That's what old people, you want to swig or something. It's like, let me get a couple swallows out of a bottle real quick. Let me get a swig of that. And that's what a swig was, man. Let me go home. Let me find myself to make sure my stream is even up and moving. Okay, here I am. It says I'm live. Yeah, so we're going to keep it on. I'm going to keep it on at the side just to make sure I stay on, because y'all know I've been having internet problems. Oh, and we're going to check into that because I show you guys, I show a speed test. Yo, my internet went from one extreme to another like a bitch, like real quick. Like, my internet before was 20 down and like 6 up. Now on Wi-Fi, it's like half a gig download speed. And when it's like straight connected, it's like 900 to 1,000 download speed. That shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. But yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi, so if I yo, Daniel, how's it going, man? So yeah, like I'm on my Wi-Fi now because I was just lazy as fuck and I didn't feel like hooking up my Ethernet because I only got 2 Ethernets. And one is hooked up to the PlayStation, the other is hooked up to the TV. I'm kind of tired, man. I didn't sleep that much last night. But yeah, we're gonna cover in this live stream, I'm gonna cover a message that was sent through Patreon and a video that was sent to Patreon too. Cause y'all know me, man. When I get in the live streams, I get to talking too goddamn much and get to rambling and forgot 80% of what I was supposed to cover in that fucking episode. But here's my my little Ethernet, I'm on the MacBook M1 right now, man. It doesn't have any ports. I heard the new MacBook actually has a lot more ports, but this just has 2 USB-Cs. So I bought this from a dude, a Serbian dude I be talking about. I bought this from him for about $18. Because the thing over here, these things over here, like that's made for these MacBooks, you can't find them for under $70, $80 over here in Europe. Because Europe don't play. Europe is great when you want healthcare. I would say the European Union countries. I don't know too much about further east. I heard, like, when I was in Ukraine, motherfucker said, like, you just don't go to the doctor out there. That's what I would hear. But in European Union, you could always go to the doctor real quick and be fine. But it's when you try to buy some electronical shit over here is where you mess around and have a hard time. Yo, buy a doll and die alone. Internet being bipolar. Oh yeah, man, my internet is always. And like I said, I got to look into my upload. I'm gonna buy a webcam too. I meant to buy a webcam before. I be having so much going on, man. But oh, why is it over here? Let me move that. Let me move it, right? Yeah. Well, no, I think it was kind of better right here. Yeah, I like it over here. Let's make it a little larger too. Let's make it, let's make it a little larger. Make it a little larger. That motherfuckers can read it. Can y'all read it? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Y'all can read it even if you go up there. Okay. Cool. But yeah, man. Yeah. Internet don't play. I mean, internet. Europe doesn't play when it comes to like shit you just want. Like when you just want, a hobby type of thing, some electronic or something. You ain't gonna find that shit on sale. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Europe is a place where like you'll be healthy, but you gonna be dressed like a bum and all that. You'll be healthy, all right? You'll be healthy. You gonna have some food to eat. And you gonna be healthy, but anything after that, you gotta hustle for. And here's a part we talk about with my girl, man. Now the women, like when it comes to clothes, like women, they get a lot more choices. The men, like it's a fucked up dynamic. I really ain't put too much thought into figuring it out. But like when it comes to that, man, like the men, like if you want to look good as a man, like you got to spend more money. Whereas women, they got so many like little Zara's and H&M's where like even if you get like broke, or even because okay, to be real with you, I used to shop at Goodwill when I was in the U.S. Y'all, so for those of you who are in the U.S., you know what that is. But for those who aren't, maybe you don't know what Goodwill is. Goodwill is a secondhand clothes store, right? And I used to shop in there. You get some good shit out of there, man. Like, for example, a crock pot. You know what I'm saying? You go into a Goodwill and get you a crock pot for about $10, $15. It's been a long time since I've been in one now. Prices could have gone up, but you get, some good shit out of there for about $10, $20. Now, well, over here in Europe, they don't do that. Good luck. But women's clothes in those places, they be having 2 and 3 floors. Men get a fucking like corner of shit, and it's like shit you really don't want to wear. It's like you be like, I'd rather just stay with what I got than deal with that. What's up, brother? Playing Mario again? No, not tonight. I'm just gonna just talk. But what's up, Mo? It's good to see you, Mo. I was just playing. I just tried. Was that Microsoft? The Microsoft Cloud gaming thing, and it's not 100% perfect, but for the price and what you got access to, I'm gonna fuck with that for a while. I just started playing. Actually, before I started this stream, I was playing the Avengers game, and so far I'm still relatively in the beginning, and I think it's a little more cinematic right now. I like it. I think it's pretty fucking great, honestly. And people didn't like it, but I'm having fun with it. I'm genuinely entertained. I was playing Forza Horizon 5 this morning before I went to go meet my girl to get a paper notarized with some shit back in Ohio. But I was playing Forza Horizon 5, and I was playing that all morning. Like I said, it's cool, but it's still I still get a stutter maybe every 3 minutes. But it's it doesn't last long, but it just stutters, and it's fucking annoying. But I'm only the first month is $1, and after that it's $15 a month. But you get access to 100 games, and there's at least 15 games I had always either wanted to play or I wanted to play. For example, that game Scarlet Nexus. I was trying to remember the name of it. Scarlet Nexus looks like what Astral Chain should have been, but Astral Chain was. I just thought Astral Chain was a complete just waste of fucking time, honestly. When it came from Platinum Games, people who made it. But Scarlet Nexus, I was trying to think of the name of it, and I couldn't think of the name of it. And I was scrolling down to available games, and it was there. I was like, that's it. That's the game I wanted. So I'm definitely gonna play that. I was playing Forza Horizon 5 and Marvel Avengers, and it was a lot of other games in there I want to play. There's a lot of them in there, man. But I would definitely I'm happy with it. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but nowadays with the PS5s, you can't find a PS5. You can't find an Xbox. What is it? Xbox Series X. You can't find a good video card. So it's I'm happy with the cloud streaming service. And now I got my gangster ass internet. Matter of fact, let's go to the gangster internet right now. Hang on, where we at? And we gonna switch this. So I show y'all. Okay, so this is the video we gonna go over. But I left it open so y'all can see this. So it's in check right now. But the rest of it's gonna speak for itself. This is my download right now. As I'm streaming on the stream, I got 500 download. And like I said, with a hardwire connection, with a hardwired, it's up to a gig. Now my upload speed still ain't super duper great, but that's good enough to where I should be able to be uploading in 1080p, 60 FPS at least. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, the download speed is, my download speed before was at best 20, at best case scenario 20. So that speaks for itself. The upload speed before was at 6. So the upload speed is 7 times better? 6-7 times better than it was. And I'm paying about $40 a month for this. Whereas before I was paying about half that. About $16, $17. When you know what I'm saying, when you break it down. When you go ahead and break it down. Go ahead, break it down. Another fun video by you, AD. Thanks, Terminator. Hi, man. Doing good? Yeah, Tor. I'm doing good. Tor Pilsner. Hell yeah, man! You can get some really nice shit in those thrift stores. Yeah, DC. I used to. Okay. So for those, if y'all ain't got nothing better to do, where I used to live out there by that Whole Foods. I told you I used to live next door to that Whole Foods, and like it would definitely bring a certain type of crowd. But there was a Goodwill like a block over. It was like a weird area, like a Whole Foods and a Goodwill. But it was like, because you can go Google it. I used to live. Now I think it's called 1031 or something like that, but it used to be called Governor Square. That's where I used to live in Ohio, man. Because if you look it up on Google Maps, there's a Shell across the other side of the street. There's an it's a Frickers on the other side of the street. Starbucks, Sam's Club, and Whole Foods. Well, if you're on Google Maps and you go past the Whole Foods, there's a Goodwill. I used to stop by that. There's a Goodwill and there was a pawn shop. And I used to just randomly, because you never know what you might find when you go in them places, man. Like at any time of day. So I would just, like, when I'd be coming home, I just randomly, and I was driving a nice BMW, and I just randomly pull in at thrift stores and, you know what I'm saying, see what they got. What y'all got, y'all? Yeah, and sometimes it'd be I'll walk out there with bags full of shit. And other times it would be nothing. That's just the game. You know, but for what you gonna pay in there for, I'm a fan. Now, I couldn't get a lot of clothes because I'm a small dude. And like I said in a live stream a while back, man, I was always on the more tailored fit. Even like, okay, I forget how I even found. Oh, I remember how I found about how Europe was on that shit, because I was in the Maroon 5 long time ago, like back when they did songs about Jane. And I found Harder to Breathe, and then I was in the Maroon 5 like back then, dude, like. Because the lyrics, the beat, and I was always into instruments and shit like that, even though they didn't really do anything, abnormally great on any instrument on that whole album. But I thought it was just I just like their whole thing in that pop shit, right? Now, I wouldn't even really call it, I'd call it maybe like pop / alternative pop, maybe something like that. But and I remember when they came with that video, Makes Me Wonder, and he had like this, he was wearing this super, not like skin tight suit, but it was a tailored suit. And so I got into that shit after that, and I started looking up, styles around the world. That's why I found out, like, if you go on yahoo.com, well, if you type in yahoo.it, well, that'll take you to Italy's version of Yahoo, and you'll see all their shit. And like, I was like really, taking it. So I adopted that whole trim shit, back when motherfuckers would make fun of you for it, right? Like my gay uncle used to make fun of me for wearing that shit because he wore the baggier shit, right? So he used to make fun of me. My dad still makes fun of me now when I come home. He said my pants are too tight and all this. No, I'm not wearing skin tight pants, all right? But yeah, when I go to Goodwill, I usually can't buy not much clothes, especially like a suit. I would buy a suit jacket I would buy a blazer and anything. I don't give a fuck where it came from. If it's good quality and I like it, I'd buy it. If I found it I'd take it home if I found it under a bridge. I don't care. But at the Goodwill, ain't nobody really, people ain't really gonna be on it. And then the jacket's gonna be so big, and when it comes to tailoring stuff down, it's only so much you can tailor before. Okay, if it's just too much material and then you try to tailor it down, it's never gonna fit. It's never gonna be right because it started out just too far off. So I don't think there was very few clothes I actually bought out of there. But yeah, man. Enjoy your life, 80. Thanks, Terminator. You too, man. Can anyone suggest cryptos to buy? Well, yeah, I say I'm not the best to ask for that. But I'm sure there's somebody in the chat who y'all could probably DM or something, or I don't know how you can even do that on YouTube. I'm sure y'all can exchange that. Because I got Bitcoin. All I got is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it went up. What always, at the end of the month, I think it's always gone up. You always going to leave out with more than you put in there. It just may not be a whole lot, depending on how much you put in there. My nose just started. I blew my nose and blew. I haven't blown my nose all day. Let me open this window. I bet that's what it is. I'm gonna be right back. Actually, let's do this. Go ahead and crack you him open a little bit. Hey, y'all want to hear a funny story? But I remember the first time I live streamed, it was on a complete accident. It's probably still saved somewhere in here. The first time I live, it was on a complete accident. I thought I was recording myself, and I started seeing comments pop up. And like, I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, I had never lied. I did it on accident. Because when you get to clicking shit, sometimes you just lose track of where and what you clicking. And I live streamed it. And as I was just talking, I was like, a comment? Like, what the fuck? Well, yeah, man. But yeah, as far as cryptos, yeah, man, I am not a fucking wizard. The isolated philosopher. Good evening, AD. How you? I'm good, man. Chilling. Getting ready to tell you how I don't know shit about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, but I got Bitcoin. Like from what I'll say this, man. For what I've seen of it, and from what I gathered of it, I would say if you looking for one to buy, I from what because I like crash coursed it a bit. One day I just said fuck it, and I just studied as much as I could, and tried to retain as much as I could because I'm not into finance or anything like that. So from what I got of it, as far as what it's done, Bitcoin is gonna be your safest option. Bitcoin, don't buy any of them ones that be going up 13% in one day type of shit, because that's how you're gonna lose all your shit. Unless you know what you're doing. But even then, the motherfuckers who know what they doing don't know what they doing, because they, what I'm saying, it's like the stock market. That shit might fuck around and do some old record breaking shit. Because especially because it's crypto, that shit'll fuck around, and if you start get the fucking with those volatile ones, you gonna be super fucked up. So I would say I just put a few hundred, because so here's what I did. When I would do the one-on-one calls, some guys ask, do you got a Bitcoin? And then so one guy, he actually walked me through the process while I was on the phone with him after we talked, and he said, okay, yeah, I'll send you some money, and I'll send some money to you in Bitcoin. And so that's how I got started in it, and which is pretty much how I got started with Patreon too. Like one guy, I was talking to him, he said, yeah, he walked me through Patreon because I had no idea how to do that. But yeah, Bitcoin. If you're a beginner and you don't know what you're doing, and that's exactly what he told me, and many others since him. If you don't know what you're doing, just Bitcoin is gonna be your safest bet. Like the stock market, it's gonna go up and down. Just put it in there and just don't look at it, right? And you pretty safe from what I've seen of it. Yeah, that's what I would tell you. Because I don't want to tell you anything that has even a slightly higher chance of failure from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that type of dude. That's why I don't give out. That's why I never would call myself a dating coach. Because it's just too many. There's just too many variables in how a man walks up to a woman, the day that woman may have had. What may be going on in him, and he may not even realize it. And he didn't tell. He left out parts, or I omitted parts on accident. And that's why I would never sell myself as a dating coach, man. Because there's just so many there's just so many variables that it's just so many variables. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, okay, this works, unless I was at least 90% sure it was gonna be, you was gonna have a good a positive outcome. Good morning, AD. Logically Felicious. Good morning, man. What it is, yo, and what up? Can a ninja get you in the cut? Yeah, sure. Yo, Borkoff, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, Coolio 1, sure. Yeah, definitely. I got gas. I ate some Thai food with my girl earlier. I've been farting ever since. It was some good Thai food, but it gave me gas. What's on the menu tonight? Are you Or are you gonna roast some bitches? No, well, I got one video, and she said, you know, she's trying to say what women won't admit to. I was gonna give it a little while. I've been on 20 minutes. I get about 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna go into one message that was sent to me by somebody on Patreon, and then I'm gonna go into a video that was sent to me by somebody on Patreon, which I've been meaning to cover for a while. But y'all know me, I get the ranting and fuck around and rant so long, I done went 15 miles off topic. I gotta find a way to loop that shit back around. What up, CC Funk? How's it going, man? Yeah, man. It's getting cold, too. I gotta take some pants to get tailored. Oh, and that's what I was going. I'll talk about my Patreon, you know, like fashions and styles and shit. Or like, you know, just like basic, you know, maintenance routines and shit, right? So here's my maintenance issue. Like my side, it's not an issue, but a good friend of mine, when he came over, like he always laughs at me, right? Cause he say, you know, well, cause when I'm at home, a lot of times I dress like a complete bum. Like I dress like a total. Y'all remember that hat I used to wear? I dress like a total bum when I'm at home, and he's laughing at me. We was sitting down in the kitchen drinking one night because he had to spend the night. And he's like you always dress so much different when you be out than when you be at home. And he had to just laugh about it. But yeah, that's just how I do, man. But no, but the tailor shit is I'm gonna take some pants to go get tailored tomorrow. This is one thing I try. I really wish more of the population knew this, man, especially men. I really wish more men knew this. Like getting your clothes tailored is not. And it's not expensive, okay? As long as you know where to go. Like it's to get your pants hemmed up. They should somebody shouldn't charge you any more than $10 for that anymore. If they charge you any more, they're hoping that you're gonna be dumb enough to look up to tailoring as being some fucking delicacy or some shit like that, and willing to pay $50. Did I ever tell y'all that story when I went back to? Okay. I don't know if I ever told this story about when I went back to the U.S. and I had these linen suits, right? I still got them here. I cut one up just to fuck with it because I was just like, you know, in that mood to say, you know, fuck society. I do what I want. So I cut the collars on it. But anyway, I went back to the U.S. This is after I was living in Chescalipa, and I went back to Ohio. And I remember I went to a tailor in my neighborhood. I found him on Google. First, I found this woman, and she was gonna do it. She said it would be too expensive to do. I wanted her to tailor. I wanted her to take the sleeves in, take this part in a little bit, and hem up the pants legs, right? And she looked at the jacket. The first woman said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be expensive, but I can't do it anyway because I'm getting ready to go out of town." But she said, "Go down the street to these other motherfuckers, right?" So I went down the street to some other motherfuckers. They're across the street from a Kroger's, and when I go in there, it's these people. It was some people from Greece doing it. They was, you know, actually they were back there working sewing the clothes. Couldn't speak English, and it was like some regular people. It was like regular people. It was American people up at the front. So I asked, you know, hey, how much would it cost to get this, you know, to get this suit jacket done? And then this fucking idiot comes over. He's like eating food, trying to pull like this dude comes over and he's like eating and he's trying to go, well, first I'd have to pull in the jacket and I'd have to have him pull up the sleeve. I'd have to have him take the sleeve off, and then I'd have to have him sew this part in and take this part out. I'd say it'd be about $250 to do the jacket, to do one jacket. I said, what? He goes, yeah, about 250, maybe 300, but we could probably do it for 250. I said, yo, I'll just wait till I go back to Czech Republic and have my lady do it for $15 and bounced on his ass, right? But when I bounced on him, and when I was driving on the road, I just remembered the tailor that I used to have. It's this woman. Her name is Naree. Google her because her shop is named Naree, Naree, in Ohio. Google that shit. Naree's Alterations, because she moved. She used to be down the street, right? And I just thought about her when I was driving. I said, I wonder if she's still there, right? Because I've been over here for a couple years. You know, shit happens. Maybe she moved or whatever. Maybe she quit doing it. Nari is, I think she's from Vietnam or Philippines, and she's real cool, man. If you call her, she'd be like, "Hello, what you want?" Nari's cool as fuck. Google her the shit in there. Nari I used to go to her before I came to Europe, and she charged you $10 for everything. $10 for the pants leg, whatever you want, $10. And because we sat down and talked, and she said, back in her country, like she's used to she's used to a certain wage and all. She said she used to be that girl who used to take baths under waterfalls, that type of shit. Like that was real shit, And I went back over there, right? And it was just her in the shop, because it used to be her and her husband in there. Her husband used to sit, on the other side of her, because I don't think she can count. I think she might have learned how to count, because I remember when I used to go to her before I came to Europe. I remember I used to pay her, and she didn't know. Like I used to give her the cash, and she would just be like, thank you, whatever. I don't think she knew how to count. I think she learned how to count, when I came back, because when I paid her, she just accepted it. But her husband. So when I went over there, when I came back from Europe, it was just her in the shop. I said, "Yo, where's your husband?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, you didn't know, you was gone. Yeah, he died." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he had a heart attack." She said, "Yeah, he was trying. She was there with him when it happened. She was trying to get rent from one of his rentees or whatever the fuck you call it. And they ended up having an argument, and he fell out, and she tried to catch him, and he died in her arms and was gone, and it's just been her ever since." And yeah, man, but that was crazy how that happened, because it was awkward just to see her in there alone by herself. But by this point, it'd probably been 2 years. She was used to it by the time I got back, but it was real awkward to see her just in there by herself. But she's a real cool woman, man. She'll do everything. Like I went in there. Okay, I went in there with about 6 suits, and she charged me the same amount for about 5 or 6 suits that idiot was gonna charge me for one jacket. All right, we came to about $200 for all that on 6 suits, on like 5 or 6 different suits. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, she charged about $10-20 per thing. Go find and here's the thing: everywhere you go, you gonna find a good tailor, man. You gonna find a good tailor everywhere you go. Yo, what's up, Xavier? 313 says the Filipinos across from Naval Station Norfolk are top-notch tailors. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, for sure, man. See, out here, a lot of times it's more the Ukrainians. It's the Ukrainians. They gonna be the person running, doing the alterations that I've seen out here. They gonna be the ones working a lot in clothing and doing that shit that I've seen out, at least in Czech Republic. That's because the woman I had in Cheskalipa, she is from Ukraine. Nice woman, beautiful personality, nice, great woman, man. My girl met her when we went up there to Cheskalipa. Great woman. And I think the one down here, I think she's either from Ukraine. She's from some further out Eastern European country. But in the U.S., yeah, you'd be better off finding you somebody from an Asian country in the U.S. You're gonna have a higher chance with that. But yeah, man, don't ever pay any more. I say $20 to get your pants hemmed. Don't ever pay more than $10. Now, I would have my pants hemmed and then taken in, because I think I bought a couple suits in the U.S. and the U.S. doesn't do the slim thing, because most Americans are just bigger on average, so they don't do the slim thing out there. So I would get the pants taken in and hemmed up, because your suit pants are always gonna be too long, because they always gonna do that. Just, you know what I'm saying, because they don't know how necessarily long you are once you get past the waist size. And you know what I'm saying? They always gonna be. If you get dress pants, you always gonna have to get them hemmed. Unless you get a bespoke suit. Yo, Squeeze, how's it going, man? Yo, Mark. Are you more black pilled or red pilled? If I don't watch it, I'll start becoming black pilled. Cause black pill, that is like that. That's when you focus too hard on it. if I don't watch it, I'll become black pill and then try to make like certain guaranteed fact type of thing. And I think that's honestly that's my opinion of what black pill is. It's that kind of desperation for logic kind of thing. That's my honest opinion about it, man. It's a desperation. It's a desperation for logic. Like they're desperate for logic at that point. And it's like the deeper you dig, you always gonna find you're gonna find something deeper. But by that point, like you're gonna lose the art side of it, with which is what's gonna make something genuinely beautiful. That art side is that the ability to let go and and laugh at it and move the fuck on. Whereas like when you focus on something, like you strip beauty away from it, which is a lot of reason why math isn't beauty. There's too much focus in math. That's why math isn't a fun, beautiful thing for most people, because it takes too much like direct focus. So like to answer that question, I definitely the red pill thing. But if I don't watch it, I'll stumble into black pill. Stumble in. Well, I don't say I stumble because I don't even know 100,000% what exactly black pill is, but other than what I'll come across, and what I'll come across. But from my interpretation of black pill is it's just far too much focus. It's just too much. It's too much. Motherfuckers who are black pill need to go watch that end of Evangelon or whatever that shit is. That end of Evangelon, like them motherfuckers would benefit a lot from Japanese animes. Because you know how to, because it's always a kid in Japanese anime that be like frustrated. He's trying to figure out life and shit, and he just be screaming in his head. That's what them motherfuckers need, man. Go watch Japanese, go watch some good animes, and see yourself in little Liu, and his growth and development. How's your BMW in the U.S.? As far as I know, it's cool. I just talked to my dad earlier today. It's in his garage right now. I hope it's as far as I know, it's all right. Because I told you on the last live stream, I kind of wanted to investigate a nicer car here, but Europe, man, with how the parking is here, like, and I'm in the city, so somebody's gonna hit your shit. So I'm like, I'm happy with my little Ford Focus now. I got the Ford Focus just as like a just something to get for when it got cold outside, so I can go drive to the store real quick or drive down to the city real quick. So I gotta be standing outside waiting on a train in the cold like I did last year. I flew back to the U.S. last winter, but I wasn't here when it was freezing. But I got the Ford Focus just to get something, and then after that, like actually focus on getting like a overall better quality car. Just keep both of them. Well, there's two issues. One, I live in a fucking city. Somebody's gonna hit your shit, and then I'm gonna be mad. Oh, I didn't tell you that story when somebody hit my car, right? This motherfucker hit my shit. Well, he didn't hit it while he was driving. When you be parked next to a motherfucker and you open the door too far and he hit it, right? And I was in the car. And now he doesn't know me, all right? I'm from the perspective of, look, like, this is a Ford Focus. Like, that's why I'm keeping this Ford Focus. So I don't have to worry about getting mad when somebody hits it, because it's a Ford Focus. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's not a super nice car. It's a Ford Focus. Have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad about it. Bill Burr said the same thing about his hybrid. Bill Burr was coffee with comedians. He said, yeah, he loved that hybrid because he don't even give a shit about it. It's a hybrid. It ain't it's not a Porsche. It's a hybrid. Fuck it. It's one of them little Ford Fiesta hybrids, some shit like that. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm saying I'm with my Ford Focus. I see exactly what he's talking about. It's a Ford Focus. I don't give a fuck. Hit this shit. That's why I'm driving it, so I don't have to worry about you hitting it, right? But he don't know that. The dude don't know that. So he hit my car, and it was loud, right? So it was loud to the point you had to look over. And okay, for those of y'all who play video games, when an NPC like walks in somewhere and sits down and then just freeze. That's what he did. Like, he was like terrified. I think he thought I was gonna be mad because I had to look because it was so loud. I had to look, and then he sat in the car and just was like wouldn't move, just standing straight. Like, and I'm even looking like, yo, it was so still. It was so gangster how hard he held that pose. Like, I'm not joking. I legitimately thought to myself, like, well, damn, is he a mannequin? Did I even watch? Is this a live human? Because like it was hard. He was like he was and didn't move, didn't flinch, and it was a good 30 seconds. And motherfucker was. I think he thought I was gonna be mad. Like, yeah. But then on the other hand, like when you go in the parking garages out here, man, you'll see like, and now I get it. You know when you go to like the mall or wherever the fuck, right? And so it's a parking lot. And whoever driving a nice car, they always park on a whole other goddamn end because they afraid somebody gonna hit their shit. Like that's just a whole nother complication to your life that you really don't need. You know what I'm saying? Like now you got to walk, you got to park now. Motherfuckers are afraid that they so afraid somebody gonna hit their shit that they park on the whole other side of the goddamn parking lot because they're afraid. Like that's just added stress, man. Like I just no, I'm just not gonna do it, especially out here. Now in the States, I probably would because the States we got better spaces for parking. Like Europe, everything's like New York City with Europe. They don't play with space. They take space very seriously when it comes to parking. Like they will cramp some shit in and park like this. Like, well, I still got 2 centimeters left. Plenty of room. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, in the U.S., you motherfucker, give me space to open this shit. Stretch out. AD, you getting GTA Trilogy? I don't know. What do you think of? Do you think Western Europeans are too afraid of the Russians? I don't know. I don't think they're afraid of them. No, I don't see them. The little bit that I did venture off into like actual Western Europe. No, I my opinion, no, I don't see anybody really being afraid of the of Russians. No, that fear of Russians in America comes from movies. That's that movie shit, man. That is strictly movie shit. That's that American movie. My first girlfriend, I think I told y'all about that. My first girlfriend was Russian. And I think I told y'all that story on how I witnessed the stereotypes of what Russians do in their family. I didn't even realize at the time because that was my first time walking into that shit. So what they usually do is like the stereotype is like when they go somewhere, like they buy up everything in the fucking area. And I touched on this in the live stream last night while I was playing the game. Like they have a tendency of buying up as much as they can or whatever it is in the area, right? It's just what they do. Like maybe it comes from their culture, and then maybe their country fucked them over so hard they got to be like that now. I don't know, but that's the strong stereotype, and I witnessed it. And you can even see it in them when you play a Russian person in chess or like really anything. It's like once they get territory, like they don't want to let it go. Like they don't YOLO shit. They don't you know what I'm saying? They don't throw Hail Mary. It's like, nope, this is my territory. I'm hold on to this. And try it if you want to. This is mine, right? And they'll buy up everything. And so I remember, I went down to Atlanta and I moved in with I didn't move. I don't know. I guess you could say I moved in with my cousin. I was young and dumb and you know and all that. And I remember the first time I seen her because I looked out the window and they lived next door from my cousin. My cousin, she was one of strong, independent women, man. She had a big, beautiful house and nice car and all that shit. She was one of strong, independent women. And I remember I looked out the window and I seen her. And she was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen in my life at the time, right? And I went outside and introduced myself. Shit, am I still on? Why is this shit? Am I still on? Okay, yeah. I don't know why my iPad keeps doing that, man. It keeps like losing the stream. Let me make sure I'm still on. Yeah, I'm still on. Okay. I don't know, but it'll just lose the stream. So I'm thinking I lost internet again. But yeah, so I went to introduce myself. We all ended up hanging out and all that shit. This is when Confessions came out with Usher. Similar time period, man. So anyway, I remember like I didn't know what was going on. I remember next thing. Once it was that real Slavic thing. Like once they like you, like you are family. You are family. Like for real. Like you are like whatever's going on. Like you part of it. You know what I'm saying? They're that mafia shit, damn near. You know what I'm saying? But they don't be on crime like that, man. Well, at least they wasn't that I know about. But yo, it's like that. So what I slowly found out that they owned, like, it was a nice neighborhood. They bought all the houses on that street, right? Like over time. It was over time. Like it started to trigger. I was like, wait a minute. You mean I don't understand what you saying? But you talk to your neighbor all the time, and then like I started piecing it together. Like these motherfuckers, they know each other. It's because the parents couldn't speak English. They only spoke Russian, so they always talked to each other. But the thing is, they knew. But like I say, once you became family, dude, like they didn't lock their doors. All right, they didn't like you walk in. If like okay, here's how it was. I could go walk in their house and literally walk to the kitchen and grab something to eat and walk out of there. Now, the cousin I moved down there with, she couldn't do that. She might end up hurt. She might fuck around and get hurt walking up in there. But they knew me. Like, it's that thing. Like, once they, especially at least with that family, I'll say this. To be fair, in that scenario with that family, that's what it was. They left the doors open. And once they knew you, you walk in whenever you want. If they go into the movies, you can come along with it. If you like, they gonna let you know. And you come along if you want to and all that. Like, it was family shit. And I would always stumble into these weird situations. I remember, and this is some real stereotype shit, right? Because we used to eat dinner. Like, it was family. Like, family, dude. I remember, one night we was eating dinner together. And, they ordered out pizza. And it was pineapple pizza. I remember that. And which I don't got too much of. I can eat pineapple pizza. I'm not like completely against it. But I would only order it if I was just tired of everything I was eating at the time. I just wanted something wild, something a little different. But I would never order it like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. I need to get some pineapple pizza. No, I'm not doing that. But it was pineapple. And I remember, now this is some stereotype shit. They had cut off fish heads, like pointing up at the dinner table. And it was decoration, the fish heads. It was real raw fish heads. And but it wasn't even like I didn't like freak out or anything. It was just what I'm saying, because it's your first time in it. They loving and accepting you, so you show them the respect back, and it was cool. It was not a problem. And I remember one time she wanted to have a threesome, but I was young and scared, right? I remember one time she just got out of the shower and had a towel on and came rub it up against me, and then her friend came out the bathroom with the towel on. And they asked me to come to the next room. They wanted to show me, I think, something in a magazine. They were trying to have a threesome. And I was young, stupid. And I kind of picked up on it, but I was scared because I didn't know what to do. So it didn't happen. But that's real shit, man. But they was cool, man. But that violent shit, that Russians and violent, maybe in Russia you'd come across that. But like whenever especially in the U.S., or anytime I would personally come, I've never had those. That is movie shit. That shit from movies. That gets, like John Wick. I think they Russian. I think they was Russian in that. Equalizer. I think that dude was the bad guys, and that's just that movie shit. Or what's that? Tenet, that whack ass movie I waited so long to come out. Tenet, the bad guy, he was just a stereotypical Russian. I sell guns and I want the world. I want a bunch of money and all that shit like that. Well, the money part is kind of true. But other than that, man, like that whole guns and all that. I got a good friend of mine right now. He's up in Chescalipa, and I always tell him, you know what I'm saying? I'll call a friend of mine back from the U.S. and I have him talk to him, because he sounds like he would be a gangster. He's like, hey, he's cool. I texted him earlier today, and we talked about Game Pass shit like that. But he's a great man. Like he'll do anything for you. Great friend. But he sounds like an American would think, if he started talking in Czech, you would think he was, you know, like a Russian gangster or something like that from, you know, like from a movie. It's cool though. 80, you should get that GTA trilogy. They changed the graphics and physics. Oh, they changed the physics. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they just changed the graphics. If it was just the graphics, I really ain't interested. But if they change the physics, then I definitely check it out then. GTA Vice City, GTA 3 San Andreas. Man, Mark, I tell you, and this is not be like being a black and white thing, but San Andreas was the best one, man, honestly. I don't see how motherfuckers compared 3 to San Andreas. I don't see how you compare any Grand Theft Auto to San Andreas. Overall, and it's not just because the main character was black and all that shit like that, but it was for the depth that game had. Like, you get fat, you get skinny, and it also affected how fast you could run, how long you could run, if you was in shape, your stamina, your aim proficiency. Like, it was something. You had gang wars, you could learn different ways to fight. You had girlfriends. You get your pilot's license. You had a skill in driving, your skill in the motorcycle, your skill in flying. There was so many different planes and cars and San Andreas was by far better. You could climb shit. You could work out in the gym. You can box. There's no comparison in actual, like, if look like it's not, it has nothing to do with it being black and white and all that. Who's the main character? You know, because San Andreas was the only one where it was a black dude as the main character. It was, I'll say that, but the depth. Grand Theft Auto 4 was just a huge fucking step backwards. In hopes that motherfuckers would overlook that and just look at how pretty it was at the time and how realistic. But other than that, man, San Andreas was by far the most in-depth great. That was just the best, man. Now, Vice City had a good story. Except for they had a few, like, but y'all remember that helicopter mission, that remote control helicopter? That shit was awful. Fish heads. Who family was you with Indiana Jones? They served the monkey brains as well. Nah, Carlos, no. Yeah, but no. We didn't eat the fish heads. They was just decorations on the table, and they was just like aimed up. They was real. And I remember he told me. I remember one time he told me it was a party. And her cousin, he said it's a party, and he said you have to come. It almost like some gangster shit, but they wasn't gangsters, man. It was like, you have to come. I remember I fucked up, and this is a true story. I tell my girl this story. We was all walking to this lake. It was me, the girl, the boy, and the boy's big cousin. And the boy's big cousin was like a model. He was one of them model type dudes, right? He was walking in front of me. We was all cool. And we was walking to this pond. And I was throwing rocks, right? I might have told this story a long time ago. I was throwing rocks. And I tried to, like, throw it one real hard. And I threw it hard as I could. And I was waiting for the rock to fall. And then the big dude walking in front of me, he had just turned around and went, "Oh!" And I'm so dumb. Like, I just didn't pick up on it. I'm still waiting for the rock to fall where I thought I threw it. And he is over here, like, bent over, like, "Ah!" And crying and shit. I threw the rock. It hit him dead in his fucking nose. Like, that shit was bleeding. That motherfucker he was fucked up. And he wasn't even mad, though. He was more afraid that his nose was crooked than anything. He wasn't even mad though. But I remember when I seen him, like, probably about a couple months after that, like, he was always like it was the opposite, like what you would think from, like, what, you know, like the Western movies, how the Russians are so tough and good. If anything, like, yo, he was a little more afraid of me after that. Like, he would see me, he would just kind of like I had traumatized him from that shit. He'd always be kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't make eye contact with me anymore. He'd be like kind of scared when I came around. Like, yo, it was an accident. I didn't mean to do that shit. If I had to try it on purpose, I would have. If I had to try to throw a rock on purpose to hit him with full force that close, you can't. I mean, think about how hard it would be to hit somebody into nose and to hit somebody's nose with a rock, throwing it full force with the motherfuckers like 5 feet in front of you. All right, that's you can't even do that shit. Like that's difficult as like I'm talking like full force right in front of you and hit him in the fucking nose. Like that would be really hard to do. For some people, it'd be hard for me to do, I should say. I've been on for an hour now. Damn, when do you savage? Yeah, but that was an accident though, man. But he was always kind of afraid of me after that. I still felt bad for that because he never really got over that. As long as I was there, he never like got over it. I still felt bad, but they was cool, man. That family. They were real cool. Cause my cousin, she didn't want to go over there and fuck with him. She'd be on some like She wouldn't go over there. But we hung out. Yo, man, we ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. Now I do remember I came one time. I randomly drove down to Atlanta, right? And they didn't know I was coming, so I called him. Literally like 12:30 at night, right? I called him, and he picked up. I said, "Hey, I'm outside." He goes, "You're here?" I was like, "Yeah," because I drove from Ohio. I was just like, I forget why I even drove down, but I was just bored or something. I used to do shit. So he comes out. He comes gets and he takes me in the house at 12:30 a.m. Didn't even know I was coming. Right? And I drove through 4 states, just driving, finding ways. This you also got to remember, this is before days of MapQuest. This is before the days of Google Maps. You know what I'm saying? This is just all by like of memory on how to get back to my cousin's house type of shit. And I ended up finding it, and yeah, and they took me in, and it was family all over again. Wasn't no big deal. I remember the only thing was he was afraid to let me come out too quick, and he was real about it. He was afraid to let me come out too quick because I think his great aunts, there were some older females who came from Russia, and he said they never seen black people before in real life. So he said I don't want to scare them that you here, so just wait for a minute before you come out, type of thing. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because he took me in at 12:30 at night. You know what I'm saying? If there was a test to see if this motherfucker was going to be on some, goofy shit, he wouldn't have took me in at 12:30 at night with no warning to come in and have a place to sleep. You know what I'm saying? When you going to do a Prague vlog? Oh, man, I forgot the password. I meant to tell y'all. I forgot the password to it. The Prague city. I think I can find it, though. The Prague Red Pill Travels and Food or something like that. Because I was going to do a video one time, but I was just too hungry, man. My girl was with me. And I told her I wanted to do a video in the restaurant we was at, but I was just too hungry and tired. And I just wasn't in the mood to talk or none of that. I was just trying to eat. Daniel, I love you, man. Thanks. Vice City was one of the best as well. Yeah, Vice City's story and the characters and all that, yeah. The story. But I'm like, my perspective is like is on the depth of like, on the depth. I mean, because it only makes sense because San Andreas came out after Vice City. So, it only makes sense of it being, more ambitious as far as that goes. You did a whole lot, yeah, but yeah, I was just a San Andreas. I'm just a San, like, it has nothing to do with the colors or anybody, skin color or anything like that. It's just the actual, in depth, like how deep it really, there's stuff that you could do in it. Whereas like Vice City, pretty much once you beat Vice City, that was about it. You really couldn't do a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Could you even fly a plane? I can't remember. Could you even fly a plane in Vice City? I don't even remember. I think you could fly helicopters, but I don't think you could. Because I remember San Andreas, the flying planes was just like a regular. You had to get your pilot's license, and you can pick up all types of planes and fly them after that. And then I think Grand Theft Auto 5 was just trying to be a mixture of San Andreas and San Andreas. It was trying to be a mixture of San Andreas and 4. But then added in where you could switch between 3 different characters. And I didn't care for 5 at all, man. I didn't care for 5. I didn't care for it. And a lot of people loved it, man. It was all right. It was all right. It was Grand Theft all right. Helicopter. Oh, they didn't have planes in Vice City. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go with this. Oh, here's my internet speed, y'all. Let's check it again. We didn't go to this. That's my new internet speed, son. That's half a gig a second. That's half a megabit. Yeah, well, no, that's half a gig a second. While I'm live, well, that's the download speed. I'm only uploading now, so my upload speed ain't super duper gangster though. But it's good enough. It should be, like I said, I got to look into why I'm not uploading in at least 60 frames per second for something. Hold on, let me switch this. Where's it at? Here we are. Okay, so this was sent to me by a Patreon subscriber. Where we at? Where's it at? All right, so it says, hey, bro, I've been following you for months now. First of all, I want to thank you for your content because even though I never really had much problems getting pussy, I've been used by women multiple times in my life for sex and economical BS that is just like everyone. I'm not afraid or ashamed to admit this. It doesn't happen anymore. Some things that you say are very insightful with no BS in between, and a lot of things, especially about women's nature, are really something that you don't really hear out there. Probably because most red pill content creators are more concerned by getting canceled than teaching useful shit. Yeah, I can agree with that. I would say it's probably a mixture. It's a mixture of that, and then also a lot of red. Well, I say it's a mixture of that. It's a mixture. Some guys maybe they don't know how to put some things into words, and then it's also other guys who just don't really have much experience with women in general, and they're just trying to like they want to do it, but they just don't really know what to do. I say it's a mixture of like three or four groups. But yeah, I agree with you for the most part. Well, I agree. I'm saying not for the most part. I agree with you on that. That's why I decided to support you as soon as I could here on Patreon. However, I'm quite sure that you mostly get advice stories here, even though if you got something to add to what I'm about to tell you, you are more than welcome. Okay, so he continues. So the thing is that this girl that works in my same company just joined, and a lot of guys from my same company are behind her like dogs to see if they get some pussy out of her. Yeah. And she knows it too. She knows it too. She is not so bad looking, single, and willing to burn the city. So yeah, a magnet for guys, but not me, even though I would happily make her shit towards her insides. Okay. I just chill and don't pursue her. I instantly got the feeling that she is interested in me. Probably the most important reason is that I never praised her or went out of my way to please her. Yep. You're the one she's thinking about. Yeah. Like, you're the one she's thinking about that's making her frustrated. And that's where you want to, okay, that's the better place to be than being just another dude desperate to get some pussy out of her. Like I say in older videos. The more happier she appears to be at first glance, the more miserable she is. It's like women is the complete opposite, man. Like the more happier they appear to be on the outside, the more miserable she is for real. And the more miserable she appears to be on the outside, the more happier she is. The more she's gonna act right, for you. On higher average, I'd say. I'm being playful, yet not cruel. I'm being cordial and nice, but not too much when it comes to personal matters. I'm always nice at work, so people usually rely on me. In fact, she does go out her way to please me. So the opportunity arose. I felt like she left the opportunity there for me, and I took her. We spoke about hanging out outside work, and she agreed. She ended up dodging the bullet because she had some random event with her family, even though she previously said she was free that weekend. Apparently, it was her father's birthday, but she didn't know she had the money to go visit, so it was kind of acceptable. Thing is, she could have ghosted me perfectly as I didn't insist her, and she went out of her way to tell me that we have to postpone the meeting. Okay, I'll say this, man. When it comes to women doing this, you never gonna know the real reason why. All right, when it comes to this type of shit, you are never gonna know the real reason. And okay, you never gonna know the real reason why. Okay, maybe she could have just found a dude she like better than you, or maybe she got intimidated by you at the last minute and she wouldn't know what to do, or she might sound stupid for you, so she just pussied out, or what. You never gonna know. You are never gonna know, for real. Like then that's just the brutal reality of it. You're never gonna know. So he continues. To which I said, "Fine, we'll talk about it when you come back. Have a great time with your family." Okay, that's cool. I'm just thinking, well, okay. Yeah, like I said, this is you. You were there. You know the about. I'm thinking about what I would have done in a similar situation. I would have said, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, and just wouldn't have said anything else again, and left it to her to initiate something. If not, and I'm off doing something else. But like I said, yeah, I wasn't there, and see, this is why I don't call myself a dating coach, because there's so many variables that go into it. The temperature of the room and all that shit. So it continues, which everything sounds good to me. Left it at that, never brought up the topic again. I'm giving her the ugly friend treatment, being cordial and kind of nice, but not conceding on her wishes. I will relentlessly attack her ability to please me, like 50-50 yes and no, to keep some balance. It's amazing how they break when you actually apply that. Yeah, they go insane, LMAO. Today I asked her about some work-related stuff, said thank you, and left it at that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're doing it right. For which she went out of her way to ask me if I was going to the office tomorrow, and that we are going to have some beers together. She insisted. I just tease her as I'm cordial, as I said. Yeah, you doing it right. See that part, this part right here, for which she went out of her way to ask me if I was going to the office tomorrow, and that we are going to, and that and we're going to have some beers tomorrow. Okay, yeah, you doing it right, and in any and every, I say in every context, you are in the right position. Okay. Because I'll go over a positive and a negative way of how this could turn out, but you still in a good position because of how you handled it up to that point. All right. So the good position is she's really into you because you holding your own and you ain't looking for crumbs of pussy out of her. So you know what I'm saying. So it's causing her to think like, well, what's this guy? What is this guy? What's his deal? Blah blah. That's rise up now. Positive way. Now the negative way, but you still gonna be in the good for how you handled it up to this point. Some girls like she may want to go to the bar because she's let's say but she wants to go hang out at this bar, but there's a creepy dude there who's always hitting on her, so she wants to just show up with another dude, right? And you could be falling into that. But you're still in a good position because since you held your own up to this point, she's not going, and if that scenario is true, she knows she can't rely on you to just be that dumb pawn in her game to get her what she's trying to get. So you are still in a respectable position in the whole thing. All right, but I was just trying to open, relatively two different extremes of it. But you're still in a good position though. I'm not going to tell her when I'm going out for smoking or anything. She complained before that I did not tell her to come and smoke with me, and I am not opening conversations with her. She is going to do all the work for me, or else. Look, there are 3.5 billion women in the world, approximately. As if I'm going to cry for one bitch, LMFAO. Besides, everyone has put her on a pedestal, and it is my duty, apparently I could not care less, to bring her back to earth with the rest of the mortals. On another note, it's funny how ridiculous some men can get. Some of my coworkers saw her flirting towards me and are now telling me I don't see her so interested in you. LMAO. Sad. It is very clear. A woman doesn't go out of her way just because. Maybe I am just hurting her pride and am now her trophy now. Fine. I will use it to get her pussy and not give her the trophy, which is my full and complete attention and submission. So this is it. We'll keep you updated on this. Feel free to make content out of this message without revealing my nickname, please. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Thanks for everything and keep preaching. Regards from Spanish black brother. Well, yeah, so yeah, you doing everything right, man. You doing everything right. You go back to this. Yeah, you doing everything right. For sure. Let me catch up on these comments. Let's see. Andres, I don't know how you say that. Andres Renko, AD. Yo, the problem with ignoring grills is that they usually have 100 more dudes they can outsource that attention to. Easy peasy. What's up, easy peasy? Yeah, man. Yeah. So you have to keep okay. You like, yeah, you have to keep that constant balance of okay, and I got this from Patrice O'Neal. He says something along the lines of like, and I told my girl this. As long as the woman knows that you will righteously leave, she will righteously stay. That's just a fucking fact, man. I didn't come up with that. Patrice O'Neal said that. But as long as she knows that you will righteously leave, she will righteously stay. You know what I'm saying? Leave, because like I say in my video, like not so older videos, but in most of my videos, bitches know exactly what they doing and what's nice, what was smart, what was kind, and all. They when it comes to interpersonal manipulation like that, they know exactly when they were 5 minutes late, who they pulled that on, why they did it, where they did. This whole thing, oh, well, you know women gotta be late. No, it's stuff like that's bullshit. Every fucking woman knows exactly what she did. So the second you let her skate on some shit like, okay, I say the second it's clear you let her skate on it and let her get away with it, like she knows it, and she's gonna treat you differently based off of that now. Every woman, they might try to play the whole, oh well, yeah, I gotta take the time to get to know a guy, blah blah blah, blah. or I gotta take time to get my hair done. I'll be about 30 minutes late. I'm supposed to be there at 6, but actually I show up at 7:05, and he's mad. Why is he mad? Bitch, you know exactly why he's mad. See, they know when they do shit like that. This is my girl hair clip. It was sitting next to the computer. When they do shit, like they know exactly, because every woman keeps a tally of who's doing right and wrong shit. Every woman keeps that tally going. It doesn't go. She never stops, dude. It never stops. She knows. She just figures she can pull that on certain dudes and get away, like children. They're fucking children. So yeah, it sounded like he was doing the right thing. But I say that with that submission shit and all that, like, here's the thing with that, man. Guys, you can always fuck up with the woman, all right? Because you know how it's always said that men are shallow and all this stuff. No, women are easily 5 times more shallow. Easily on a bad day, they 5 times more shallow. That's when they're being a good human. They 5 times more shallow than men. They are always judging and they always testing. They always do it, man. They always do it. So as a man, you always have to keep it in you. You always have to keep it a part of you to be able to leave. Like that movie. You always have to keep it in you to be able to walk away in 30 seconds from anything. You always have to keep that whole dream of finally finding the one that... See, okay, the more happy and carefree you are, that means that, okay, that you ain't the leader no more. Whoever's the carefree, happy one in it, and whoever's like happy, the more happiest and carefree and all that shit, that's the follower, all right? The leader is the one who's seeing the relationship, and only one person can be the leader, all right? And women know that shit. So when a guy be like, well, look at the dudes at homies at his job. See all the dudes that are happily glorifying that bitch is the leader over all of them chumps. That bitch is the leader. She's leading on him, and women don't want to be a leader, and that's a known fact. Woman biologically does not want to be a leader, because leader means initiating. And initiating means being held accountable. And woman hates accountability. She hates it. She hates accountability with a passion. All right? That's why woman does not want to be, woman does not want to be leader. And if she stumbles into that position, she wants a man who can be a leader above her. If not, she's miserable for the rest of her fucking life. She hates it, dude. And that is not to talk shit about women. It's a fucking reality. She hates it. Woman hates it. All those dudes at her job that are staring at her a little bit, or she feels it. She knows. All those dudes that's staring at her from across the room and they try to get a glance of her real quick. She knows everyone who's doing that. She knows every dude who's doing that. And we walking down the street, all that. She knows every guy who's doing it, dude. Get paid, like, and you doing the right thing. The dude who said that, you doing the right. Give her the attention like you give an ugly woman. Treat her like that. Cause she like once she because all those dudes doing this. Every time she get up and stand and walk around, they trying to sneak a peek, thinking she don't know it. She knows. She knows. And once she's in it, she knows she's leading that shit. All right. And then once she knows that, she knows that there's a very little chance that guy is going to approach her with anything other than on any other level than trying to get at her for secretly glorifying her curvy legs. All right. Which means he's following her now into any trap with as long as it's got them curvy legs and that long hair on it. She knows it. She fucking knows it, dude. She's playing them. She'll play you if you fall into it. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all gonna look at them at some point. We all gonna look at their curvy legs or something like that at some point. But okay. How do I say it? You have to learn in your own swagger how to convey, like, look, okay, yeah, you look good, but I don't fucking need you around. Like, you have to have that balance. Like, that's the only way they gonna act right, man. Because historically, woman has never made a good leader. She is gonna fuck it up. All right? Woman is like desperate for a leader. Woman's highest role is to be somebody's wife in life. Fucking that's her highest position. She needs this shit. And I'm not trying to make fun of women. That's not to make fun of bitches, all right? That's just the fucking truth. She needs it, dude. Her nature needs it. She a woman who is married in woman world ranks over any single bitch with $15 billion. All right? In bitch world, all they got to do is bring up, well, I got a man, so, and the fact that woman has a man stomps $15 billion that Oprah have. All right? Ain't nobody care about that. Them bitches, they need bitches that want, but bitch, she wants a man she can follow. And by the time a dude gives them too much attention for her curvy legs, curvy tits, and all that, he has been demoted to follower territory until he could convey that he is of more intelligence and has hobbies that are just better than her in life. I see even porn. If you prefer porn over bitches in real life, that'll give you a better advantage than to just worship that bitch. All right, let motherfuckers know you got a porn addict. I fucking love porn. Porn is fucking great, and I will not hesitate. Porn and hookers. Give me porn, hookers, and a PlayStation, and I'm good. And I do not hide that shit. All right, all right. Because I'm on a long right now, but because that's where a lot of other manosphere guys get it wrong, man. They looking at porn and hookers as a weak. No, those are strengths. Having a porn and hookers on your side is a strength. You know why? Because now you have something that you're interested in that's not her. That's a strength for you. Guys, because a lot of guys in the manosphere, they get that shit confused because they selling that whole competition for women shit. They get stuck in it, man. They not looking at the whole picture. It's not about competition for women. It's where your attention is going. That's what's going to get women's attention on you, is where your attention's at, and are you genuinely happy? Look, motherfucker, right now, This is some juice. I like this juice. This is Tesco juice. I don't like the one with bananas, but this got orange and apples and carrot, orange and apples, which means it's mostly bullshit. But anyway, I like it. It tastes good. It's tasty. So, let's say I just got super interested in reading labels. I'm just super interested in this. My girl will start to get if I spend all my time doing this, because it's woman's nature, she gonna start getting jealous because my attention is on this bottle. It's not on her. All right. Now, guys try to I think other manosphere guys they try to rationalize with it with working and getting money and all that shit, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. We can all agree money is cool. But when it comes to bitches, it's about where your attention is and are you genuinely happy with this shit? Because see, once you got attention on something and you become good at it, let's say anything, I don't give a fuck what it is. When your attention gets on something, the craftsmanship of this bottle, and did they cut it at a 16-degree angle with a Willingsworth knife? Oh, that ain't a real knife. I just made that shit up. But wow. You know what? I think I'm gonna go look up somebody who did this, and then next thing you know, now you become super knowledgeable on this, right? So now when you go out to the bar or something, you get to talking, and one motherfucker be like, yeah, that Woolensworth knife, that's what the fuck it is, yeah. So now you got a group. So now y'all got a connection. Now you got a group. So now you growing. Now you got connections and people you know. You got friends. Now you go to the bar. That's your home. You talk about bottles with. You talk about ingredient bottles and how they make it and the plant they make it in. So now you got substance. See, bitches don't have substance. You got substance now. All right. It don't matter what. It could be this. It could be hookers. It could be beer. It could be pornography. You can know all the producers in porn, and you just infatuated with these producers. And how do they get these? How do they make the angles look that good with the lighting like that? And see now you've grown. It's about substance and where your attention is going. All right, that's the reality on it, man. Are you in England? No, Joey, I'm in Prague. Yeah, the glass is made by a machine, but. It's hard to be a leader. Oh, Scalamass, I go on about that. Tesco, yeah, Tesco. No, Tesco's in the UK. I remember seeing it when I was in Scotland, but no, I'm in Prague. We got it's the Tesco way down the street at the mall. But yeah, it's hard being a leader all the time. It really is, because it gets to a point where it gets to a point where you just don't feel like doing it. I'll be honest about my scenario, man. Like sometimes, Patrice O'Neal, he touched on this perfectly. Because women are so fragile with this shit, man. But Patrice O'Neal, he touched perfectly on this. He said, some days I wake up and I just want to take a day off from being loved. Like, I just want to take a day off. Like, I just don't want to be loved today. Like, I just need a break. Like, I just need a break from being loved. Like, in this context, the leader is loved, right? Where, like, when you talk about, like, world leaders, motherfuckers usually hate them. Or everywhere you go on the planet. But when you talk about, a boyfriend, girlfriend, that's a husband, wife, the leader is loved, right? And you just get, whew. I mean, get exhausted. And you just want to go crazy. Like, yo, can I get 5 minutes to do something? Just don't text me all the goddamn time sometimes. I need a break. And then she'll like, well, is it me? Are you mad at me or something like that? Because then they want to, and this is the flip side. So when guys who haven't had a relationship, this is how it usually goes. Okay, so when you be 19, 20, right, you're looking for a girlfriend, you can't find one. Those are the years when guys want to get married. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Those are the years when men want to get married, and we can't find a bitch to marry us in these years, right? So when we finally get a girlfriend, we worry that they mad at us and all this. Well, are you mad? What can I do to fix it? I gotta fix it. You remember that Futurama? Fix it. That's like we like fix it. We gotta fix it. And then after so many years of fucking up, we just be like, look, fuck it. Hey, that's life, and move on. And see, that's when women turn. Okay, once we hit that mode of life, that's life. Move on. See, that's when women turn into that role. Why are you mad at me? Why you text me back? What did I make you mad? And they'll immediately take it personally because you become the leader now. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to juggle. But see, men, we have to become the leader. See, woman doesn't want to be a leader. So when it's the other way around, a woman, she'll just take off and leave. And the guy will just be desperately hoping she comes back. I hope I can fix it between us one day. Yeah, he be over there fucked up and, trying to hope she gonna come back, and she over there bouncing on 3 other dicks, and you know what I'm saying? Because you made her the leader when you be 19, 20. That's just how it goes, man. You incidentally made her the leader. You didn't even mean to. What you meant to do was you tried to make you incidentally made her the leader, but what you meant to do was you tried to make you and her equal, and that's never gonna work because women don't want to be equal to you. She wants to be underneath you, and women hate that. Women hate to admit that shit, but that's the truth. That's the truth. CHRUF. That's the truth. They want to be beneath you. It's just what it is. Because she don't want to be on top. She don't want to be a leader, man. Because if a woman got to be leader, then that means that you're essentially her child. All right? And she can't fuck her own child. Right, man. Oh, I didn't click off. Okay. 80. Isn't it insane as a man to be with a girl while being totally aware of how effed up they are, aka hypergamy, not loyal, etc. I can't be in a relationship with easily 90% of women because of that. Oh, Ivy Bo, yeah, for sure. Okay, my girl right now, like my girl knows I don't like talking to women. I hate talking to women. But most women on Earth, 95% of women are fucking awful, terrible, just stupid, slow, ridiculous. And she knows what I think. I hate talking to women. So there's this woman selling this Apple mouse for $20, and I always wanted an Apple mouse, a Magic Mouse, right? Because I got this MacBook, and in case I travel, because I was gonna plan on doing this videos, I could use the Magic Mouse for this iPad to edit videos, and so I always just kind of wanted one anyway, and but there's a woman selling it, so I said, hey, look, you right, I just can't do it. I can't, and I had her write her, and we gonna meet her tomorrow at 7 at the train station to buy this Magic Mouse. I hate talking to bitches, man. I hate talking to. She knows it. Hey, if you watching, when I tried to go to, when I went to the orphanage last time I went, and they pretty much they just rejected me because after Corona they made these ridiculous rules. We were walking to the orphanage, me and the dude who flew here. And these 2 girls came walking behind us, and I asked them, hey, y'all speak English? Because usually when you go to the orphanage, you have to ring this bell, and they're gonna ask you, something in Czech, and my Czech isn't that good to, especially through an intercom to understand what the fuck they saying. So I asked the girls behind us, hey, y'all speak English? Because I'm trying to donate something to the orphanage, and the bitch just like kept, well, why do you want to donate to the orphanage? I said, well, I always do it to the orphanage. And she kept going on. She goes, oh, well, I'm in a hurry. I can't do, I'm in a hurry. I'm at work. The bitch sit there and explained to me for literally probably 3 minutes, or tried to get out of me why I'm going to donate to the orphanage. And after that, she said, oh, well, I'm in a hurry. I can't do it. And then I said, what? And then she tried to keep talking. She tried to say something else. I just walked off on her. And I was just so exhausted off of that 3 minutes of completely just fucking dumb bitchin' shit. I was just the rest of that day I was in a bad mood. And I told my girl what happened. Every time I talk to women, most women, I would rather just stay alone. I would if my girl wasn't cool, I would happily just be completely fucking alone. All right, and just go to a brothel. I would be perfectly happy with that. I would be perfectly happy. So yeah, let's watch this video.
Guys, it is me, Victoria, and for today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 blind spots that women have when it comes to dating and men that create a lot of confusion in men. And I think these are 5 things that men are often just purely stumped by. And they're like, why are women the way they are? And they often make a lot of guesses. And those guesses are perhaps it's because they're pure evil. And it creates a lot of resentment and hatred towards women. So I want to clear some of that up, explain 5 controversies, you might say, in the world of dating and relationships, and tell you the true causes of these 5 situations. All right, so if you would like to keep watching, please do that. All right, so the first blind spot that I am going to talk about is relating to this controversy in the world of dating, which is that women are giving men the advice that they want guys to be more sensitive, nicer, more in touch with their feelings, and then men are looking at the state of affairs and saying, okay, women are saying this to me, but I see that, these cool women are with these super badass asshole kinds of guys, so what gives? Are they lying to me?
Yes.
Why are women not being honest with me? And I get in my comments so much, oh, you are the only honest woman in the world. And I'm like, I don't like that, because it's like, I know women are honest. However, I do see what you are saying, that women are not giving you the full picture, okay, when it comes to what they are attracted to in men. Yes, I do think they are attracted to people who are sensitive, nicer, but it's not sufficient, and there is another part of that they are leaving out. The question is, why are they leaving that out? Why are they leaving out that they are attracted to the backbone, the edge, the alpha qualities, the I don't give a fuck kind of mentality in men? Okay, here's the blind spot that women have. Women are instinctually drawn to guys who are badass, alpha, don't give a fuck, kind of like do what they want, can't get pushed around, are cool, and naturally attract women. Women naturally are drawn to those guys, and they block out everybody else from conscious awareness. So it's like this, okay, when you're swiping right on Tinder, you're going so fast, you don't even see the 10 guys you swiped left on, and like you don't even remember them. You just remember the guys you swipe right on, the guys you go on dates with, and even if you're on a date with a guy who isn't really that cool type of guy you're interested in, you reject him and you don't give him a second thought. So therefore, women have a warped sense of men as a whole. It's a selection bias, because they're only ever seeing and remembering and conscious of these guys who are in that top 20%, you might say. So therefore, when they are giving advice to men, they're simply thinking of only men in that 20%. Every other guy is in their blind spot. So when they're giving you advice, oh, be nicer and more sensitive, they're not talking to you guys in the 80%, in their blind spot. Okay, they're talking to those guys who do need that advice. So in that sense, they are being completely 100% honest.
Well, okay. And they're being completely 100. Okay. I'll add this in. Okay. I was on Facebook and I got to looking through like some old people I went to high school with. This one dude, like, it's always kind of funny when it's like people you went to high school with, like some of them just didn't grow like at all, like mentally. But he did. But I can tell he finally done found some Rolo Tomas or somebody's post. Because it's always awkward when a dude on Facebook posts a lot of shit, like especially like selfies and shit like that. I think that's weird. That just doesn't register properly with me. But I thought as soon as he started talking, I was thinking about, he wrote, and this is real shit. He said, the dude I'm talking about, he wrote, what was it? Women don't want Russell Wilson. They want Future, the rapper Future, to act like Russell Wilson. Which, okay, that and that's only a half truth, man. Like, so what she's saying, how women they're being truthful to you. No, well, okay, coming from a bitch, she would say some shit like that. But like, okay, the deeper thought, the deeper reality is, if those guys who she okay, as she stated, if the top 20% of guys did become like the other 80% of guys, wouldn't they be the other 80% of guys, and they wouldn't get so so they would never even they wouldn't be the top 20% of guys as she states it, because they would be the other 80% of guys. You see what I'm saying? So she like, it's like you have to do the math on bitches. You gotta really do the like you gotta look at the reality of it. All right. Because like the nice guys, and I only see the top 20% of guys. So when somebody asks, speaking as if I'm her, so when somebody asks me like, what do I want in a guy, I want him to be nicer, nicer and all that shit. Well, if that guy was nicer, he would end up the other 80% of guys. The reason why you like him is because he's an asshole. That's why you would drop to your knees and open your throat up for him. And you expect, the other 80% to come pick you up and open your car door if they got a chance of seeing you again. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why you open them holes up for that asshole, because you want to get fucked by assholes. Fucking admit it. They can't do it because look, a lot of girls can't admit it. The reason why those guys are in the top 20% is because they are, and some guys will hear that and they'll take it the wrong direction. So some guys, they'll hear it and then they'll try to pretend to be an asshole, right? But here's the thing, like, see, women pick up on, there's many different ways of communication other than just verbal. It's just how you moving, how you handling yourself in a situation and all that. Like she'll pick up on that and be able to tell too. Like sometimes guys only got to say shit and she'll already know if she likes you or if she doesn't like you because of how you move. Are you moving like, are you calm? Like, are you moving like you got purpose and you calm in life type of shit? Or or how you handle being frustrated. Some girls may like you to be frustrated and bursting out in anger at times. You just never know that woman. But for the most part, most women are the same. Pussies get wet for guys who are assholes. That's just what it is. It's always been. And here's the thing. They'll claim they're mad at the asshole. They'll claim he's such a stupid dick and I fucking hate him. Blah, blah, blah. They'll do all like I said earlier. If a woman, the more happier she looks at first, the more miserable she is in real life. And the more miserable she looks at first, the happier she is in real life. Okay, speaking in terms of seeing them in the world, or if you trying to get a date out of them type of shit. Now, going back to that other live stream I did where the dude tried to move him for a kiss and she moved. Now that's where it gets twisted. And when it comes time to actually be touched and held, she is going to recuperate. She is going to, what's the word? Not recuperate. What's the word I'm looking for? She is going to meet you in that shit, right? When it comes to like physical touch and all that, like she is not going to push the asshole. She'll be mad at the asshole, blah, 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 blah. She'll call her girlfriends or guy friends who really just want to fuck her. She'll call them up and talk about the asshole dude and what he did and all that stuff. But as soon as that dude come around and want to touch, hold, kiss, fuck, get a blowjob, whatever, she's going to do it. All right. Don't get that twisted. She's going to do it. That's where it flips. But in all the other circumstances, the nicer she is, like the more staged it looks, the worse she's actually liking it, man. That's just the steady thing with bitches in the world. The more, like, when you fucking a bitch and she talking about something, oh yeah, oh my god, oh yeah, she's faking it, dude. She doesn't like this shit. When she's making them fucked up faces and grunting and snot coming out, and yeah, see, that's when you know when she can't act anymore. That's when you know she's into it.
They're saying you guys who are like basically don't give a fuck, super badass guys, need to be more sensitive and more in touch with their feelings so they can be in relationships with those guys, so they can better relate to those guys who already have that quality that they're looking for. However, they're not telling you, a guy who is struggling with women and struggling to basically embody those qualities women want, to be nicer, to be more sensitive. But the advice they're giving does not apply to all men. And the reason they don't see that is because it's a total massive blind spot. They only think of men as these kind of like hyper masculine guys. Okay? So no, they're not lying. They are not malicious, but they are not self-aware in that sense and unaware of the guys they're kind of blocking from conscious awareness. So hopefully that clears it up. Women aren't lying to you. I am not the only honest woman in the world. I simply became aware of my own blind spot, and that's how I can tell you guys about this. And I became aware that many guys out there are struggling.
Okay, she's right about having a blind spot, but like I said earlier, when it comes to who they're talking about, even then, okay, women are lying, but they're too dumb to realize that they're lying. All right, that's where my conclusion is. At least with her, she's too dumb to realize that she's lying, but she's lying. Okay, because like I said earlier, and let's break down her math. She said the top 20% of guys are the only guys who she notices, and the rest of the guys she just doesn't even remember at all, right? So when she's saying who she wants to be nice and all that, if guys come to her asking what guys, if guys come to her asking what women want, she'll say that the average woman will say, "Oh, I want guys to be nice and sweet and all that," you know. But like I said earlier, if those guys who she likes now became nice and sweet later, she will walk all over them and go back to the guy who's treating her like an asshole. Right? See, she's too dumb to realize she's lying. She's dumb. They're too dumb to realize that they're lying. She's lying. She's just too dumb to realize it. She's not smart enough to understand it. All right?
Many guys out there do need help with women, do not need to be nicer. Okay? They're already very nice. They're already very sensitive. And they are getting the advice to be more of that, and it's hurting them. So that's why I'm saying all this stuff about dominance and whatnot. All right, so let's move on to the second blind spot. All right, guys, blind spot number 2. It's a very important one. Causes a lot of confusion and misunderstanding in the whole dating game. So blind spot number 2 is women don't understand how rare it is or hard it is for a guy to sleep with a woman. In other words, women have a massive amount of sexual privilege that they don't see. There's a lot of other ways women do not have privilege. So I'm not saying, I'm not generalizing here. I'm just saying specifically in this area, they have a lot of privilege and they don't see it. Because from the time women are very young, too young, they have had constant demand for sex from men. And
what did I say about Blue Jasmine? Y'all remember that video? When she's talking about something, she was 13, she was making city girl moves, and which they start getting, like I said earlier, they get hollered at from like she said, from early ages. She's got the average woman when she's 20 has she'll have more mileage than than the average 40-year-old man. But yeah, let's keep it going.
It becomes tiresome and it becomes, a given, and it's always there. And basically men find you attractive and want to have sex with you. And so women cannot really understand basically the male mentality when it comes to this. They can't really understand what it's like to be basically starving and to have to work for your next meal, so to speak, sexually. It kind of reminds me of like Marie Antoinette and how she says, "Let them eat cake." That's kind of women's attitude. It's unaware. It's a blind spot. Women don't understand that men have a completely different attitude when it comes to sex because it is so much harder for a man to have sex. He needs to work for it. He needs to study pickup. And, you have so many women putting down like those sleazy, trashy pickup artists. And yes, some of them are sleazy and trashy. But, they don't understand, hey, maybe men don't have the privilege of it just falling in their laps like women do. So, I think there's a lot of negativity, resentment, kind of like hatred towards men from women because they see this desire for sex as shallow, trashy, classless. There's so much hatred about like dick pics and stuff. Or just the fact that a man, would be on a dating app for casual sex. There's a lot of like severe resentment about that by women because they're just thinking, why would anyone, feel that way? But again, what they don't see is they very likely would feel the exact same way were the positions reversed. If they knew.
Well, yeah. Okay, now I can agree with that for guys, once guys make it over that hump, and for whatever reason, they now have the extra surplus of women wanting sex out of them for whatever reason. That last part I can agree with her on, because at first it's like because okay, looks like I say all the time, from the ages of like roughly I'd say 13 to like 28, it's completely unfair. Like when it comes to just get basic touch, out of the opposite sex, it's it's just it's just a completely unfair game. Women are gonna have that beaten conquered by the time they're 19. All right. Beat, conquered, and bored with it by the time they hit 19. They will always have copious amounts of options. It's just not fair. So a lot of guys will get angry, mad, upset, blah blah blah. Let's be real about it. They have they really do have a right to have that, because touch is a very important sense to have, and touch, just basic touch, acknowledgement in the world, whatever. See, women don't understand just what that simple. Even though I can understand they get tired of it. They don't understand just that sheer base acknowledgement of being desired, even if it's just for random sex by a random dude down the street. They don't, like, woman is so stuck in her head of living, she can't think outside of it and see that. Even though it is, a relatively shitty way to be liked, and be desired, but they can still get that desire. You see, where guys don't get any of that. Guys get none of that. So guys have every right to be angry, especially in those years, resentment, anger, whatever the fuck, all that shit. Guys, because it's a basic fucking human emotion. That woman, you're a fucking born woman. You're born into, having your senses fucking relieved. All right, just because you were born in the world as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, where guys don't get that. Everything a guy gets, he has to work for. Bitch, all you had to do was just wake up, stand up in a fucking room, and somebody's gonna come a man is gonna come walk across the room and hand you something to try to get in your pussy just because you're a woman. All right? It's just a fucking reality. Let's keep it going. Let's see where she's gonna go with this, though.
That they could never get attention, affection, intimacy, sexual pleasure, any of their sexual fantasies fulfilled, unless they really, really, really worked for it, unless they studied, unless they hustled. I think women would really act the exact same way were the roles reversed.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I just want you guys to know, women have no idea that sex is hard to get for men.
Okay, but no. Here's a different part. The other part is, the roles reverse, right? The roles ultimately, what are the roles reverse? How I've said this, and other great men have said it too. Woman's life is front loaded. Her life is front loaded. They'll feel all of it too. It just comes later on in life, and it comes with its own circumstances. Like with Jennifer Lopez, I was talking to my girl about this, and we talking about how Jennifer Lopez said that line. And to be real, okay, in the whole scheme of the dating market, I see your point in this. She said that men under 33 are useless, and to a woman, in a woman's perspective, I agree with her. From a woman's perspective, I agree with her, because a woman is looking for a protector. Woman is looking for a wise protector who's been in the world and who's gone through shit and figured shit out, that he's already been beat up, beat down, beat left, beat right. You know what I'm saying? And now he knows how to handle himself And you know, that James Bond, that motherfucker just jump out of airplane, just you know what I'm saying? Because he done felt all he done went through all that already. That's what bitches want. So from a woman's perspective, yeah, a man is generally useless until he's already been until he's developed the scars and the battle wounds to prove that he can stand tall and keep moving. He is roughly of age to prove himself. And I told my girl, yeah, I agree with her. And also I agree the other side that women are useful until they hit 33. And after that, they just get forgotten, pushed in the back room in a call center, or Macy's just push her, just get her out of here. I don't want to look at her. Just put her give her an office. What, I don't care. Just get her out. I don't want to look at her. Just if she could sound cute and we throw her on her phone, but if she don't even sound cute, I mean, just get her. Okay, just throw her off into a closet. I don't want to have to look at her anymore. Right? And they have to live the rest of their lives out like that. The rest of their life ends up like that. So like I said earlier, their lives are front loaded. When they start out life on easy, woman starts, especially in developed countries, woman starts off life is comparison to any man. Woman starts off life on easy mode. Because all she has to do is walk down the street. That's all she got. She really don't even have to do that. Just be seen taking some garbage out one time or something like that. And that's it. And motherfuckers, who was that? You know her? What's that? And that's it. That's all. But like J-Lo said, after 33, that's 30, 33. That's the trade-off range. You know what I'm saying? Woman is up here, man is down here. And then right around 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, man, and she can't do anything. Everything a woman has to offer, she just can't keep up with that man anymore. She can't do it. And that's why so many times you always hear when guys hit 30, 33, 34, they always going after younger women. And you can find plenty of amounts of articles written by women saying, yeah, 30 is the age where men don't if a 30-year-old goes on a dating app and goes to find a 30-year-old man, the 30-year-old man will tell her that she's too old for them. See, that's when it starts. And see, that's when it starts to happen. That's when it starts to happen.
I really think they don't think it's a problem. They don't think it's something, a woman should help a man achieve. Because they don't really have that perspective. That walking a mile in someone else's shoes. They have some serious privilege.
No. I know where this is going. No. What it is, okay, that's in the context of she's trying, I know what's going on. She's trying to infer that woman would help a man out if she knew how to do it. Okay, no, she wouldn't. No, they won't. No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't do it. She's trying to help women out by inferring that women would teach men what to do and tell men what to do if only they knew how to. No, they won't. No, she's not going to do it. She even if she knew how to do it, she's not going to do it. Okay? Because and I'll tell you exactly why. It's because woman wants the man to already be prepared. She ain't trying to deal with you at that point. That man is a child to her. She doesn't want to be in the same room with a child unless it's her actual child. And even then, she probably don't want to be in the room with the motherfucker. All right, let's be real about it. But woman wants you to already be prepared. Like other guys say, women, they want to wait for you at the finish line. They want you to already be developed. All right, like I say so many times, women are not genuinely good creatures, and this plays in part of that. Women are not genuinely good. They would try to go out and help if they knew how to help and all that. And no, she's not going to do that. Very rarely you find women throughout history who would actively go help motherfuckers just out the goodness of their heart. That's very scarce. That is scarce. That is a very scarce situation where women actively get up and go help somebody just out the goodness of their own heart. Because they just felt like it that day. You don't. Usually, the only reason they do it is because they figured the man they want to see it or something like that. Women don't do that. Woman is not going out her way to help anybody. Right? You just don't be mad about it. You just gotta accept it. That's what woman is. When lions kill, deers and shit, you don't be mad at lions because they killed somebody, kitty deers. You don't be mad at because you accept it. That's what lions are. They kill motherfuckers. Okay, cool, move on. Same thing with bitches. You gotta accept that's what bitches are. Okay, because this is what bitches do. So just like y'all in the wild. That's what they do. Cool, I get it. I ain't gonna hate you for it because this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? Bitches do not go out and help. They don't go help you just out the goodness of their own heart. All right? They don't want woman. There is no reason. What woman wants, she wants to sit around and wait. Her woman's dream world is to sit around and wait for a man who's better than her to be with her. That way she can be frustrated and hope that she can keep him above all the other women who want him. That's her perfect position in life.
When it comes to this, that they don't see. So that's all I'm going to say about number 2. So let's go on to blind spot number 3. All right, guys, blind spot number 3. So women think men know that they don't want it to be purely equal on dates and in the bedroom, and that feminism does not necessarily apply there the same way they want it to apply in the work world and in the rest of their life. And they don't see a logical contradiction in that like men see it. I personally don't see a contradiction there myself, okay? But I know that this really confuses and upsets men. So, to me, it makes sense that your dating life, your romantic life, and your sexual life is different. There are deep, primal urges. I don't know whether they're instinctual or whether they were just like force-fed to us from the media, from books, from our parents, from society, from a young age. But, there is a very powerful desire in women for kind of how do I describe it? An old-fashioned fairy tale romance, basically, to be swept off their feet. Maybe not a fairy tale romance, but definitely like a dark monogamy, as I've talked about it, in other words. And that has a lot of elements of like traditional gender roles. And I think that men think, hey, feminism, okay, you guys want to be equal. So, I don't need to buy you any gifts or flowers or pay for your meals or make a big deal of proposing even, or provide for you or protect you. And they're very confused by that. Whereas women they have a blind spot there. They don't see that maybe there's a contradiction there, perhaps. They want to keep their old-fashioned ideas of romance.
Okay, correction. Fucking correct. Yeah, okay. Like I said, on the surface levels, you got when you deal with bitches, you got to understand that there's a certain level of intelligence that they have, and their brains just cannot go too much higher than that. Okay, so she's trying to blame it on. What was it? Hang on, let me listen to what the exact word she used. Hang on.
Old-fashioned.
Oh, that's it. Old-fashioned. She's trying to blame it on an old-fashioned ideology, right? On the surface, yeah, but okay, deep down, no. It's woman's nature the entire time. Once woman has the option, okay, that option meaning. Once there's a potential for comfortable life and all that shit, now she wants to she wants to wait for man to go out there and build that air conditioner before she's gonna go walk up in that building and try to become a CEO with her little bachelor's degree. All right, she's gonna wait for man to go create that heating and cooling and plumbing before she gonna prance up in there. Cause I want the world and everything in it. What that dumb bitch Brittany Renner say? I want the whole loaf. Yeah, she wants that loaf after the man made the bread cooking machine. Now she wants the loaf. She ain't want that loaf when you had to go in there go pick the wheat out the fucking field, pick the flour. Oh no, yucky. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? See, okay, I mean, and really think about the actions of women. Okay, Back when motherfuckers had to go out there and hunt mountain lions and elephants and shit to go eat, where was feminism at then? There wasn't a peep. They zip that shit shut. Or go, you know what, Derek? Go out there with your homies. Go out there and go hunt mountain lions. I'll be here just cleaning up the dishes. Where's that? Don't you feel degraded by cleaning the dishes all day? Oh no, no, it really ain't that bad. Cleaning all day, that really ain't that bad. You just go out there and go hunt mountain lions, because I'm getting a little hungry. I'll prepare it when you bring it back. It ain't no big deal. I don't got a problem with that. Yes, it is, because that's how dumb bitches are. It's not the old, okay, you would think it's the old-fashioned shit. No, that's woman's mentality once that option is given. If there's an opportunity to get free shit just because she's a woman, then she's gonna take it, all right? Like I said, go back to when motherfuckers had to go out, and if she had that option to send that man out there and risk his life, she gonna send that man there to risk his life, all right? I remember this dumbass bitch, and this may not be real, but entertain me. I remember that Stephen Milano, whatever that guy's name is. I think they deleted his shit off YouTube. I liked him. I thought he was cool. Because that dude was spitting real facts. He wasn't as, eccentric as I am, but he was fun. I like this shit. Stephen Milano, I don't know how you say it. I think it's like a French type of last name or some shit like that. You know how French do. When they'll spell a word with fucking 15 letters and don't pronounce the last 14 of them and shit. Yeah, he said men can still get drafted and go to war. Sit down, ladies. And now I don't know if this is 100% true because I never actually looked into it. But supposedly this woman replied, "Yeah, I was in the military, and guys like you now call me lieutenant." Well, if the bitch is real, well, dumb bitch, you still ain't gonna go to war. See, she'll still talk shit while she's sitting behind that fucking desk. All right, if that's not real, that's the running situation of bitches. That's what they do. They will talk all type of shit behind a fucking desk, when it's comfy now. But when shit gets real, they gone. They gonna run it. When she can't get a benefit for just being a woman, she don't like that. She don't like that. If she can't get a benefit for being a woman, yucky. Yucky.
And ideas of romance. And that is something I've tried to get across to you guys on this channel as well. That is very important to women. Okay? They have a lot of ideas about what romance should be. And I want you guys to get on the same page. Okay? Because that's going to solve so many issues in your relationship. But, yes, that is a blind spot there. Women think that men know about their dark monogamy fantasies. And that's what they kind of want in romance. But men don't. And that's something I became aware of from this channel. If you look at book talk on TikTok, you will see women discussing the books they like to read, the plot lines they enjoy, the villains and the heroes they like. They all fall into what I've talked about in some of my other videos: dark monogamy, the sexual romantic fantasies of women that involve older school gender roles that do not square up with feminism. So, all right. Let's go on to blind spot number 4. So this one is, women don't realize how easy it would be to go out and get casual sex. They have no idea. So in a way, it's almost like they don't have sexual privilege because
yeah, that's it, Scooby-Doo.
They know they have the privilege, but they can't get themselves to act on the privilege. I don't think men know this. I think men are very confused. A lot of times I'll see a woman saying something like, oh my gosh, it's been 5 years, I haven't had sex, or there are no good men out there, and I'm like so horny or whatever, and I just can't, have sex. And I feel like, men are really like, bling, like, they're very confused, because they're like, what are you talking about? Like, just walk outside your door. And I remember I used to feel this exact same way. And I once, told a guy that. And he was like, what are you talking about? Just walk outside your door and ask someone to have sex, basically. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, just the first person I see on the street? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, so you're saying if I just asked him, he would, like, actually agree? And this guy was like, yeah. And I was really confused by that. But in my head, I was thinking, well, that's fucking impossible. Because in order for me to proposition him for sex, that would be, like, way too much. It was like a physical impossibility.
Initiating,
women
yes.
have been trained from such a young age to fear liking sex, being seen as a slut, being sexually forward, and being sexually aggressive. That's another thing you guys don't know about women. Women have so much sex negativity on so many layers built into them from a young age. Like, I've been in so many groups with just women. As you know, I grew up with all sisters as well, okay? The sex negativity runs deep. We have it programmed into us from a young age to fear being seen as a slut, to fear being sexually promiscuous, having tons of partners. It's not unjustified because, I get a lot of comments on my videos saying, wow, who would want her? Like, how gross, and everything like that. I mean, I think it's stupid and pathetic, and I really don't care.
And that's crazy because I was just getting ready to go on about that, and she put the words up there.
Like that. I mean, I think it's...
I was just getting ready to say and she put the words. Look, let me tell you something, man. Okay. So I can't remember who said it first. I didn't say this first, but it's real shit. Most women have been with more women than the average man has been with. All right, look. She's gonna do it, dude. She's going they'll put on. I don't buy that shit. Okay, I'll buy that there's pressure to not look like a whore, especially depending on where you grew up and all that shit. There's pressure on that, but she's gonna go out there and get it in, dude. She is gonna go out there and get it in. She, in the field, behind a fucking cabin, and she's going she is going. Don't buy that. Don't believe it. Okay. She's not saying that she hasn't slept with a lot. What she's saying is all she said was women. Okay, she doesn't want to do the initiating, all right, but she's still getting it in, all right. You don't believe, don't because that's that woman manipulation shit. Don't believe that inference that she doesn't sleep around. She's gotten around, dude. She's gotten around. Trust me on that. And then she said she's dated and been because I said I've dated and been with a lot of guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I said I was literally getting ready to go on that before I seen those words come up the first time. She's gotten around. Shit. That's that slight inference of putting in the air that I've been around, but I haven't gotten around a lot. And there's I'm a victim and all this shit. She's gotten around, dude. She's gotten around.
Stupid and pathetic, and
you know what? She fits that. I can tell just by her. She fits that Amy Schumer. Y'all remember Amy Schumer when she used to be like kind of hot, but more for her thick body because her face was never really like something you stop. But I remember I was listening to a recording of her, right? And she fits the Amy Schumer category where like every dude would fuck her. Every dude would fuck her, but it's known that she's not the prettiest girl. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And Amy Schumer, like she's aware of it. Like she's aware of her position in life. Like every guy thinks that they're the only one who finds her attractive, kind of thing. Like or it's like like she knows she's not the prettiest girl, so she can still get it in. But there's another female comedian fit the same situation. Like she's still moving around. She's still moving around fast and hard, but she doesn't have the beauty to match it to be able to compete. Okay, so here's a deeper reality on it. So she said she grew up in a family of sisters. See, like I said, women are far more shallow than men. The reality on this is, okay, there's different categories of being a whore for a woman, right? Now, if she's not very pretty and she's a whore, well, she's a trash can whore. And that's where women don't, well, maybe nowadays in America, they might have grown past that. But usually, if she's like, okay, like this woman, she's not ugly, but she's not, abnormally pretty or anything like that. She's fuckable. All right, let's just be honest about it. But she's not beautiful, right? So it's kind of like the thing, like, okay, if a woman's beautiful and fucking around, well, it's not as negative. Whereas, like, if she's ugly or if she's not like pretty or beautiful and fucking around, now she's a trash can slut. She's a slut that is known guys just use on the side type of thing. Even though the guys do the same thing with pretty bitches, but this is how woman's mind is going to see it, like in that whole social rank. So you gotta remember with women that social ranking system never stops. Their brains, once woman hits like the age of 14, 15, that's as high as her brain goes, especially with this. Her brain never grows out of it. She's keeping track of, so the woman, like, she knows she's not that pretty, so it's even a harder blow that she's not pretty and she's the town bicycle, because like she is the lower goods now. Because it's clear she's doing it because of low self-esteem, in woman's mind. Whereas like if a woman was pretty and beautiful, oh, it's just because everybody likes her and she's even more popular now, type of thing.
Really don't care. But so many women do. So many women are afraid of that. And it causes so many problems for them. And so this is why, even though women could have sex whenever they want, whatever they want, however they want it, they don't realize it. And they're always complaining about how they're sexually frustrated and there are no good men and whatever. It's annoying, I agree. But
okay, also, translation too. She can't get fucked how she wants to get fucked. That's not true. See, and that's a damn. Okay, because I know a girl right now, because we talk about prostitutes and brothels together, and she told me that she would pay just to get used. Like, she would pay a dude, like, literally just to use her. Like, to fulfill that side of her sexual desire. Like, she would pay a dude, like, literally to just use her body and fucking leave. Like, she would pay a man to do it. And there's some women who will do that, who do it, actually, who do pay men to just fuck up. Like, they pay male hookers to do it. I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, so the thing is, see, as a man, we can just pay a woman to do whatever we want, because our whole thing is the man has to be on top of the woman, and the man wants to experiment with, like, demanding a woman, commanding her to do something, you know what I'm saying, it's in a man's role to be dominant and above a woman, to get off to controlling the woman sexually. Whereas a woman wants to be controlled, and she wants to be controlled right in many different ways. Like, how was he, in a conversation? What's his intellect like? What is he like? How does he walk, talk, and move? Maybe what even kind of clothes he wear? Woman can't pay a dominant man to dominate her in most cases. She can get lucky, in the cracks here and there, but for the most part, she can't get fucked how she wants to get fucked. So when a woman will say, oh, there's no good men, blah, 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 she's not saying she can't get fucked. What she's saying is she can't get fucked how she wants to get fucked. Because again, men, we can buy a woman to be submissive. We can buy a woman to fulfill our fantasies of being submissive and doing what we want, how we want it, hold her arms straight up in the air and saying, well, I fuck her in her mouth or something. Like, we can just, whatever fetish we got. Because our fetish is essentially to command a woman, and that's easier. Whereas a woman's fetish is to be dominated by a man, and by the time a man has that in him, he has every ability to tell her no, which is even still a good thing. But at the end of the day, she can't. What woman wants is to not be in control. You see what I'm saying? Like, the deeper fetish between men and women, the fetish for most men is to be in total control, and the fetish for women is to be out of control. Perfect example, porn statistics of women. Every woman has a rape Every woman has a rape fantasy at some point in her life. She has a rape fantasy because her woman's fetish is to be dominated. Man's fetish is to dominate. she can't. This woman cannot buy a man to fuck her like that. She can't. Woman cannot go to a brothel and find a dominant man because right off the bat he's not going to be dominant because he's in because she can pay him to do. See, like that whole, it's all backwards. It just doesn't. So a woman to say, oh, there's no good men left, blah, 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 is because she can't find the man that she wants to dominate her, you know, how she wants to be dominated. That's what she's really saying. All right.
It is a blind spot, okay? And I had the same blind spot. So I have complete sympathy because I also thought it would be an inhuman feat to actually ask a guy for sex. Now I know how to do it. Should I ever need to do it? Before I knew how to do it, though, yeah, it caused a lot of problems for me. All right, let's go into the last blind spot. All right, guys, blind spot number 5. Women don't understand why men wouldn't want to be in a relationship. You know, why they just want casual sex, kind of going back to the other one. And they don't understand the emotional labor men do in relationships. So women understand the emotional labor we do in relationships, okay? And we do some, okay? However, women don't understand the emotional labor that men do in relationships. Because, see, we center our own experience, basically. We center the fact that, well, of course, men want to be in a relationship. I mean, a relationship, that's what society says is good. And why wouldn't you want to be in a relationship? A relationship is amazing. You have, like, this deep, passionate connection. And you can, like, explore all your sexual fantasies and be so close to someone and build a life together. It's amazing, right? That's how women think. But what they don't see is basically all the freedom and time that men give up to create this old-fashioned, gender-rolled, romantic relationship where men are kind of, you know, babying the woman a little. She's, you know, the princess, and the woman is always
exactly
right.
Where this is going. Yeah, she's right. I know why. I know why it is. She's right.
The woman kind of like runs it in a way, and you know, the man kind of fits in a lot of ways. And so women don't see the lack of freedom, I feel like, that men have and men give up to be in a relationship. Like, you know, sometimes I fight about this with my boyfriend a little bit. And, you know, he'll say something like, you know, what if I told you you couldn't do this really big passion I have for dance because, you know, I wanted to hang out with you and that you weren't spending enough time with me.
See, I don't do that.
And I kind of shut you down and said, you know, you have to spend time with me for, like, the sake of the relationship. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like, that would be awful. Like, I would feel like I would go insane. Like, I would go crazy because, like, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Nobody's going to stop me from pursuing my interests. However, you know, there's many a time I kind of make him feel guilty, let's say, for watching, like, a ton of sports or video games or basically doing his interests. So this is all to say that this is a blind spot women have. They don't see the time, for example, a man spends comforting a woman, talking about her feelings when maybe, you know, he doesn't want to. They don't see the emotional labor that goes into that. So they don't see the work that men put into the relationship. And so I think that can cause them to be resentful of men because they're thinking, I do everything in the relationship. I give you everything. What, you know, what are you giving back to me? And
yep. That's exactly where I was going to go. Yeah. Okay, where that guy was fucking up. And this is why I try to get guys, this is why I try to tell other men. Never look for a woman to pay you back for anything. Never, and that's exactly, I've given you all this, what are you giving me? Never sit around and wait for her to pay you back. The emotional part she's talking about, and I knew exactly when that came up, all this emotional work that men put into the relationship. What that boils down to every fucking time, and this is why I try to drill in guys' fucking heads, all right? they secretly are trying, okay, when he's trying to build her into something and all this, and I'm trying to build this with, okay, you are trying to fit a fucking fantasy in your head, dude. Either she's gonna like, okay, if she likes you, she's gonna like you, and if she doesn't, she's not gonna like you, all right? And if she decides, if my girl decides tomorrow she don't like me, there was nothing I could have done about it, all right? Move the fuck on. This whole secret, I think I found the one. Look, you don't love, it's her job to love you. You don't love her like that. It's her job. She's the one who's putting in all that emotional work and all. Oh, I'm trying to be a good partner. No. You don't. That's not your job. That's her. That's her job to do that. That's not your job. All right. It's not your job, because all it's gonna turn into, well, like she said, you gonna be sitting around waiting for her to pay you back. Right? And like I say, y'all, do not sit around lingering, waiting on a woman to pay you back, because it's not gonna happen. Most cases, it's not gonna happen. All right. And if it did happen, it's usually not for a good reason. All right. Because it means some other fucked up shit's getting ready to happen. All right. If you want, like, don't get me wrong, if you want to do something nice for her from time to time or something like that, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't sit up and treat her like she's a fucking certificate of deposit and just keep putting money in the bitch and then expecting a payout later on down the road. Don't do that. Don't sit around and wait, because a woman is nothing but, you got to approach every woman like she's nothing but a fucking black hole. All right? Just don't expect to see that shit. That shit got sucked to the event horizon. Just, you don't, there's that dollar on the event horizon, it's gone. Just, it's gone. Just, you ain't never getting that shit back. All right? And I knew, as soon as she started talking about emotional labor, I knew that's where it was headed. I knew that's where he's sitting around waiting. He's sitting around. Well, I gave you all. That's where you giving me. No, as soon as you got to see, dude, she knows. She knows. All right, she knows. You're not tricking her. You're not fooling her. You didn't dress it up, ain't you tried to dress it. You probably tried to dress it up. You didn't. She knew what it was. You trying to dress it up is like a lion trying to dress up like a human and come lay down in the bed. Motherfucker, everybody in here know you a lion in a human suit. All right? You ain't tricked nobody. All right? She knows when you doing that. Don't ever sit around waiting for her to pay you back. Don't ever do that. Because she knows. She knows when you spent $3 too much on her. And her now, for real, part of her is gonna have the drive to want to pay you back to equal it out, for real. But then after that, but if you entertain like she don't have to, then that's her whole woman's nature saying, we're free, girl. Let's walk all over this bitch. And she'll just start taking more and more out of you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you entertain it, like, oh no, you my woman, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when that woman instinct comes out. Girl, we are free. Let's stomp all over this dumb bitch's face. And she will do the fucking cha-cha slide on your chin. because she's free now. Off to the, time to walk on this chump and go find another asshole dude on Tinder. The top, like she said, top 25%. That's where she going next. Yo, that emotional struggle, that emotional game, freaking out of why they didn't text you back and all, that's her job. That's not yours. That's not your job. That's her job. That's the only way the relationship's gonna move in any smooth way is when she's insecure. All right? That's the only time that relationship is gonna be like for real smooth, is when she's insecure. You being insecure, but if the man who's insecure, you are on a timer. It's just a matter of time. Don't do that. I knew that's where she was headed as soon as she started talking about that emotional shit. He's sitting around, what did you give it back to me? As soon as you do that, it's over. It's over.
What men are giving back. So, anyway, guys, I hope this helped. Let me know if it did. Let me know if it made sense to you. Let me know if you see any other blind spots that women have.
Well, I mean, ultimately the blind spot is just you being a woman. You just can't see it. That's because you are a woman. It's like I say in my older videos, like trying to tell a woman it's a woman is like trying to tell a dog it's a dog. All right, Dogs, you cannot communicate to a dog that it's a dog. If anything, you just gonna get more frustrated, start yelling at it, and a dog gonna look at you like, "Bro, what's wrong with you?" You know what I'm saying? And then it's going to keep being a dog again. It can't raise above what it is. All right. Hearing this makes me feel like shit for being in a situation. Super A, man. That is honest, good medicine, man. Good medicine never tastes good. All right, most times. There used to be this amoxicillin medicine when I was a kid. That shit tastes like bubble gum. That shit, I used to look forward to getting sick when I got that amoxicillin. It was pink, and it tastes like bubble gum. But most good medicine that's gonna do you some good, it ain't gonna taste good, man. Don't sit around and wait for a woman to pay you back for anything you did. Don't you keep moving with your life. Don't, because it's her job. It's her job to be emotionally stressed out on what is she giving to the relationship, and how many articles you see on the internet when women are exhausted and mad because they gave everything to their relationship and they mad at dude ain't giving nothing back, and and coincidentally they've been with him for 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where she want to be. She wants to feel like she can lose you. Once she knows she can't lose you, that's it, man. Once a woman knows that if she left, you would be heartbroken. Once she knows that, she's won. You know what I'm saying? Once she is 1,000% certain, you know what I'm saying? If she thinks about it, and she thinks that, like, when she leaves, like, if you would be happy that she left, she ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just what it is. She got to feel like she got to feel like woman has to feel like she is the liability. Like, if she don't feel like she's a liability, she's not going to value you, man. If she's the asset, woman does not want to be the asset. If she feels like she's the asset in your life, then she's not going to put value. You are the liability now. All right. One person has to be the asset. One person has to be a liability. All right. And a woman loves being a liability. All right. Because woman likes to chase whatever she thinks is valuable. All right. She doesn't want to actually own it because ain't no fun. Okay. Then if she owns it, other people have to still find it valuable. And if it's not valuable, then she going to lose value in it. Just like I tell you guys in videos a long time ago, like, if you got like a little sister or a female cousin or something like that, and they always gonna date this asshole dude, don't mention his fucking name. Forget that she was even with somebody. He don't exist. That's how you get her to get away from him. The more you bring his name up, getting mad at him and all that, all it's doing is making him more sexy to her, because now other people know his name and they bring it up without him even being in context of the situation. Because how bitches work. I got family members who's going through that shit, dating a fucking asshole dude, whooping her ass. And I be telling them, stop saying his name. He don't exist. Just ignore him. Whatever happened, what did Joe Biden do? Just go any other topic. Just ignore his ass. He don't exist. And she'll pick up on it, because that's what women do. All right, the more you mention, if your sister or cousin or aunt is dating a dude that's whooping her ass and you don't want, look, ignore him, dude. Ignore him. Still talk to her. Don't help her when he beat her ass and nothing like that. Don't help that shit out. But I mean, talk to her and ignore that he don't exist. He don't exist. He doesn't exist. Don't say his name. Forget his name. You know his name. Forget his name. Don't say that. That's how that's moving in at least the right direction. At least at minimum the right direction. Been here for 7 months years. Telling a woman she's a woman is like telling a dog is the best analogy. Thanks, Xavier. They got my parents thinking that I'm bullying her. Word. They got my parents thinking that I'm bullying her. Okay. I came in late. What sparked that video anyways? Oh, that was sent to me a while back on Patreon. And I meant to cover it a long time ago. You know how I got to start talking and get the rambling and, you know what I'm saying, go a whole nother direction and forget what I was supposed to do. Lying. Stop lying and take that damn suit off. Yeah. Yeah, man. See, bitches know, man. Bitches, like, when it comes to interpersonal shit, man. Okay, because you're not gonna beat bitches you're not gonna beat them if you try to fight them in it. The only way you beat them is if you just don't give a fuck. Like, that's the only way you. What? And that's what she said. She literally said the same shit. Like, the only way you beat bitches is if you don't care. Like, that's the only way. Because if you try to go in there and fight with them, like them bitches. Every woman has a master's degree in interpersonal manipulation by the time she's 20. Every woman does. If you go in there and try to fight that shit on that same level, you will lose. All right. What Thanos say? I know what it's like. The fight, knowing that you doing the right shit, and to lose nonetheless. You gonna be sitting over there just like how you'll be like how Thor and it was on that shit at the beginning. What's that? Avengers Infinity War. You gonna be that bitch gonna be Thanos, and you gonna be Thor. And every now and then one of y'all gonna turn to the Hulk and thinking y'all doing something, going bop bop bop, and then Thanos gonna click on ding and start catching them motherfuckers. Bop 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 bop. And beat the brakes off Hulk. Hulk got his ass whooped for $3.99. Knocked his ass out. Hulk got beat up so bad he didn't even come back out. He got beat so bad he said, "Fuck it." Like a Mario. That motherfucker ate the purple mushroom, not the red white one. And that's how you gonna be. Don't go in there. You can't beat Thanos. The bitches are Thanos on interpersonal manipulation. Bitches are Thanos. They will do anything. All right. You don't try to fight them in that. The only way you fight them is don't care. That's how you just move on. That's how you beat that. Because bitches are Thanos. Bitches are yeah. Bitches are Thanos. They're Thanos, man. You ain't gonna fight that. You can't beat that. They don't even try. I mean, and even if you can't, it wouldn't even be worth the trouble of beating it if you did go in there and start. It wouldn't even be worth the trouble. It's not even worth it. Would, because out of all the time and stress that you gonna put it, look, you'd have been wasting so much time. It wouldn't even be worth it, man. It's just not worth it, dude. Just move the fuck. The only way you beat that is don't care. That's the only way. That's the only way you beat it. Yeah, Thanos with the shit out of Hulk. But I'm glad they put that in that movie. The show just how, because Thanos is a lot stronger than that. Because if you notice, when Thanos was going after the Infinity Stones, he really wasn't trying to like for real stomp the Avengers for real. Because he could have killed. If anybody had gotten arm's reach of Thanos, like Thanos would have just killed him. And like I don't know which. Well, no, Jiren. I was going to compare it to Jiren in the Tournament of Power shit, but no, Jiren was strong. Jiren would have just killed everybody in the first 2 minutes of that whole saga if he was allowed to kill. But no, Thanos wasn't that. He wasn't that much higher. But no, okay, put it like this. I remember there was Thanos was so strong. Okay, after that motherfucker didn't eat for like 2 weeks. And was stripped of like, I think like 60% of his power. That motherfucker would still stomp the shit out of everybody in Avengers, all right? That motherfucker would go weeks without eating, and you know what I'm saying, and had his power stripped. And like a lot of his power stripped, and would still stomp the shit out of them. If he was on murder mode, like for real, go back and watch them shits. There was one part where he got mad at Iron Man. He threw that planet at him. But even then, like, really look at Thanos. Really watch how he is not on murder mode. Like, he's on, like, look, motherfucker, get out of my way. I'm trying to do something mode. Like, it was like Thanos. Like, Thanos was like an older brother fighting, like, you know, his younger brother type shit. And like, okay, now you made me mad, so I might actually throw one good hard punch at your ass. But he really wasn't on, like, murder mode. Like, he never got on murder mode. Instead, because that's what I wanted in game. I wanted him just to come out with, like, with somebody's body ripped in half and both hands, like, what the fuck? Like, you done pissed me off now. I wanted him to get, like, gangster. Like, but he never, they got to get kids in there and sell toys and shit. They can't have a toy with him, you know what I'm saying, ripping, who'd he rip in half? He ripped somebody in half. I can't remember who he ripped in half. I don't think that was like, no, yeah, it was. He ripped somebody in, was it Iron Man he ripped in half? He ripped somebody in half. Like body, just straight. I can't remember who it was. But it was gangster though, cause I think it was Iron Man. He ripped in the it was an older it was before this, this stuff out now. He ripped somebody in half. I can't remember. But I remember I used to like Thanos and Silver. Y'all remember that Silver Surfer cartoon? I used to love that cartoon. Cause it touched on more philosophy shit. But Thanos wasn't there, but he was more his real Thanos self. Like he was just crazy. Like I don't know if y'all know, but like Thanos, like okay, in the movie they made him more more logical. Even though it was like you could view it as crazy, it did have like some logical sense to it. But like like Thanos for real was just before the current remakes of him, Thanos was just crazy. Like he used to fly around this ship with Lady Death in it. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the Silver Surfer cartoons. He would just talk to Lady Death. He was in love with Lady Death, and yeah, he was just crazy. He just wanted to do fucked up shit just to do it. Then they start giving him like actual backstory and all that later, which was cool. His backstory was cool. Once they like actually fleshed out his character and gave him more, more of a history, it was definitely cool. Mr. Modi says, once she knows that if she leaves you, you'll be heartbroken, she got you and she will run all over you. Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks, Mr. Emoji. Thanks a lot for the kind words. I probably subscribe to your Patreon. Thanks a lot, man. AD, my partner. Thanks, official sincere. I'm gonna get off here in a minute. 9:50. Let me catch up on these comments. Let me go back. By the way, so Julian said, by the way, what do you think takes to make a great female CEO or manager? Every now and then you find someone who can properly juggle it while holding on to, senses of femininity. Every now and then you can find someone who can manage it. That's a deep topic. And really, honestly, it's just like a proper formula. Like, it's just a mixture of shit. But every now and then, you do find someone who you can genuinely respect. And you're like, wow, like, that's a great... Every now and then, you find some women who are genuinely, well-rounded, interesting to talk to, and you still want to fuck them. Like, every now and then, you come across them. Every day. It's not very common. But when you do, like, your whole day is changed. It's like, wow, like, this woman actually said some shit that was interesting. And you know what I'm saying? And she's still sexually attractive. Like, because usually, like I say in my videos, man, like women's whole power is just standing there as a woman. Once they start talking, that's when it just all goes downhill from there. And they just hope they can rely on just going, and they hope you forget about it. Perfect example. What's that bitch name? Amber Heard. Amber Heard, perfect fucking example. Amber Heard is a perfect example. Once you done call her actions and hear her start talking and shit, you be like, this fucking tramp. And all and after that, what she do whenever she got seen in public again? She came out and just went. And then people go, oh, she's pretty. We'll forgive it. Fucking Amber Heard, you know what the fuck you did, you fucking dumb tramp bitch. You know what the fuck you did. Fuck out of here. Hope you get hit by a fucking train. I just heard the train honk its horn. But no, I'm serious though. I hope she get hit by a fucking idiot tramp bitch. They had this bitch in 4K. She destroyed her room and tried to say that she admitted to destroying her room. Had her on camera talking about yeah, I hit you, so what? You just a baby. They're never going to believe you. They had this bitch on live recording and motherfuckers forgave her because she's a pretty white woman. You got to love that shit. That's unbelievable. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Unforgivable. That's unforgivable. Y'all remember Unforgivable? That's some boomer shit. Maybe. That it was a black dude. They were recording with this camera in the woods in black and white, and he would talk like, so I went to the store. I got my bitch to feed my food. I said, bitch, give me a fork. And he was just, and then he'd just go, Unforgivable. I think it was Unforgivable. I might be wrong. But those are funny. AD, does a woman constantly looking at you mean anything? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's time for it. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. Appreciate it. Hey, if y'all ain't got nothing else better to do, check out my Twitter. Not Twitter. I don't have Twitter. Check out my Twitch. And either give me a follow or subscribe, just anything that'll help out that a lot. I'm just trying to see what happens if I can grow that. Just see, you know, may work out, may not, who knows? But we tried. But yeah, man, if you ain't nothing else better to do, please, yeah, definitely I only got like maybe 4 videos on my Twitch, but I'm working at growing that shit. So yeah. And Unforgivable, yeah, that's what it was, Super, yeah. So yeah, I'm out of here, man. Thanks for everybody who tuned in, commented, watched, clicked on anything that has my name on it, man. I'm out of here. Have a good night, man. Bye.